Hello everyone and welcome to TVON. For those of you guys who don't know, my name's Joanne. I will be Lauren's temporary replacement here as she is still recovering, and I'm very excited to be here. We still have a great lineup for you continuing with our summer sale, and I'm sure many of you guys at home probably have a lot of requests, so if you do have them, please get them in maybe earlier so we can bring out exactly what you want to see. And of course, we still have the box from yesterday as well. So if there's anything you'd like to see from the last couple days, we can go ahead and do little recaps of those as well. And I'm very excited to be here. We have a full phone bank yet again, you know, minus one, minus me. But we have a great show coming up, so glad to be here. So let's start with our diamond designer piece. This is brand new today, showing on the wheel right now. This is going to be item number 1118613. I'm kidding, this is old. This is not new at all. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this before. I believe this originally came in a set of 3, but now we only have 1 remaining. This is our baguette and round white diamond ring. So you're getting 18 points total, 7 points in the tapered baguettes, and 11 points in the round. And this is just such a nifty little piece. I was playing around with it earlier, right before the show, and I realized while it is great by itself, especially if you have little tiny dainty fingers, unlike myself, I feel like on me, I love it as a stack. I know it originally was meant to be a stack, and even if the others are no longer here in our vaults, you can still stack it with any of your other pieces. If you have a simple diamond band, I know we have a iconic diamond ring with spurced out round diamonds bezel set in a gold band. I feel like this would look great with that. Or if you just are someone like me who likes to wear multiple rings at all times, this would be a great one to add to your current ring stack. And it is my first item of the day, and first items of the day we tend to like to do a great deal. So yeah, I don't want to keep you guys in suspense. This one supposed to be for $12.99. For our summer sale, we brought it down to a brand new low because without its brothers and sisters, we kind of want it to make sure it finds its home too. We don't want to leave it too lonely for very long. So $12.99 is not going to be $10.99 or even $999. My first item of the day, and it is, we rarely start with all white diamond pieces. Usually it's a color stone or something super designer, but this is a very traditional piece, I would say, and it's not going to be $999 for one caller out there. Let's just make it $777. We're getting the ball rolling early today. $777. And I see we have some early birds in the audience already commenting, so hello to our YouTube family. So excited you guys could be here with me again today. And if you guys haven't done so already, please go and wish Lauren a quick recovery. Hopefully she can be up and at it soon. At least that's what I hope, you know, totally for unselfish reasons. $777 for this one. And as usual with our summer sale, everything is 12% off. So if you have any requests, this is a great time to shop them. So get your requests in early. We'd love to hear them. And yes, this one does have to stay in the white gold. That is correct. I mean, white gold, you can't go wrong with white gold. It's 1 out of 2 classic gold colors. All right. I say 1 out of 2 because in my mind, rose gold is a little bit more designer. It's a little bit more high fashion. It's not really everybody's cup of tea. So yeah, white gold, you can't really go wrong. Okay, $777, my very first item of the day. And we're gonna keep on with the early bird specials because I've got a lot of great deals for today's lineup. So let's move this aside for right now. I know we're moving very fast in the beginning of the show. And next up we have these stunner of a pink sapphire earrings. There's 2 because they're earrings. This is item number 1110235. Again, this is a very, very old item number. This has been here for quite some time, better part of a decade, I would say. And I have no idea why. Look at how stunning those stones are. They're like that perfect ballerina, well, not ballerina, it's like in between bubblegum and ballerina pink. I'm very well versed in my shades of pinks. and yet I can't seem to find the one that would actually describe this shade. And we have gotten a lot of requests recently for colored sapphires, and we always seem to find them in rings, but never so much in earrings because it's so hard to find two that perfectly match and are able to turn into earrings. So this one we decided to keep it super, super simple, you know, with a simple single halo. The post is up on top of the oval there, so it does drop a little bit, but nothing crazy. It's only about 1/4 of an inch from top to bottom, so they're not crazy large studs. And this one, it has been here for a while, and I'm seeing a very old bag, so that means this is still old pricing, and for old pricing, it was supposed to go at $15.99. But like I said, we want to make sure we get out some very special deals for the people who are here early with me today. So yeah, we're not even gonna do the old price of $15.99. We're gonna do something special on this one. And it does have to stay in the yellow gold. Now normally I would choose to do pink sapphires and white gold, but now that I see it in yellow, I might have to change my stance on that. I think, especially with this hue of that sort of cool tone pink, that yellow gold actually does provide a very nice contrast. I mean, if yellow gold is a deal breaker for you, I will say, because it is just a simple single halo, you only really see the gold in the prongs. You're not really going to see it anywhere else. So if that's really a deal breaker for you, that should help soften the blow a little bit. But I kind of like it in the yellow gold. And $15.99 is not going to be $12.99 or even $9.99 again. Like I said, we're doing great deals for our early people in the house. Not going to be $999, not going to be $888, or even $777. I think this is a new markdown, which is crazy because, like I said, this is not a price that should have maintained throughout the years. Let's just make it $699 for our one only pink sapphire earrings, sapphire studs. And like I said, studs, very, very easy to wear. I know, I think I should really run the numbers and make a statistic out of this. I believe that most people's earring of choice are studs. That tends to be the consensus, at least among the people I know. I think studs are what people gravitate towards the most, at least for everyday. So if you are looking for your next everyday pair of earrings and you are a pink lover like myself, this would be a great piece to go with. $699. For my early viewers out there today. Yeah, aren't they gorgeous? Let me go ahead and pick one up so you can see what kind of size we're talking about on the hand. As you can see, like I said, they're not super large. They're about 1/4 of an inch from top to bottom, but aren't they gorgeous? Even from a distance, this is what I mean about the gold color. You can only see the gold close up, and it's only on the prongs. But from a distance, you can't even tell that it's yellow gold, and I think these are just fabulous. And even from that far away, you can see that pink just beaming through. It is a gorgeous set of earrings. And back on the wheel they go. Yeah, I think a classic pair of studs such as these is an essential to anybody's jewelry collection in their wardrobe. Okay, looks like we're getting early requests in. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll get cracking on that right away. And of course, we like to say we can fulfill almost every request, but details matter. So if you have a certain shape or style you prefer, or if you have maybe a budget you're trying to meet, please provide all that information to our operators so that they can help narrow down and find the best fit for you. And if you're not someone who likes to make requests like that or are not super specific with your needs, I highly recommend you check out our website at TVON.com. At least that's the way I like to browse because I get to see everything all in one page. And you can filter by stone, we have so many filters on our website. You should definitely check it out. And it's a great way to just browse our collection, maybe get a little taste of what we have to offer here. Just a little shout out plug for those of you guys who do not know. You can always do that as well, and it's just so convenient to hit checkout from wherever you are in the world. If you're in the mountain with absolutely no cable, yeah, shop online. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. I see Donna has mentioned that she got the 2-carat 4 stone from last night. That's wonderful. That's such a great piece, great for every day, and I'm sure if someone wants to see it again today, we can definitely bring it out. But I've got more diamond deals today as well, so hopefully we can find a match for those of you who got your diamond bands yesterday. All right. Looks like these are verifying maybe. It looks like we have a couple people on the phone, so we will see. But as that's going, let's just keep it moving. I already had a pink earring, so why not bring a ring? And this is relatively new to us here at TVON. We've seen it a couple times before, but I feel like it deserves a little bit more love. This is item number 1130567. As you can see, it incorporates the most commonly colored diamonds we have here at TVON, at least in terms of accent stones. We have pink, yellow, and white diamonds in this sort of stacked, almost floral, maybe clover. I'll leave that up to you to decide to say what that plant is, but I think it's just so adorable, and this sort of stack style really, it has that length, so it creates that illusion of elongating your hand, which, you know, I love. I know anything that makes my hand look more elegant and stately, I am a fan of. And this one, we are still doing our 12% off. We brought it down to a very good price last time, and yet management thought it was a good idea to bring it down even more. Last time we had it up here, I believe it was up for $1,099. We're gonna do some crazy deals on this one today, and this one does have to stay in the white, yellow, rose gold, so you get all the gold colors in one. We used to do that a lot more, but nowadays it's just with the rising gold costs and labor costs, that's not really possible. So we're very happy to bring this one to you. We probably won't have many more of this style of ring going forward, so grab it while you can. $1,099 it's not going to be, not even going to be $999. Yeah, we're still in the middle of our very first few items, so let's keep it going with our early bird special. $999 it's not going to be, let's make it $888. And of course we do free sizing, free shipping, and you can't change the gold color on this, but you have all three. And you're still getting your 12% off, so grab those discounts while you can, because let me tell you, that's not going to be here forever. In fact, once it's gone, we'll probably never do the 12% again. This is by far the largest discount we ever do. All right, $888 for this one. Yeah, let me go ahead and try it on because, you know, I'm dying to. It is a stunning piece. Look at that on the hand. You see what I mean with the length? It's just sort of elongating, and instead of having the band just go right into the middle there, that sort of bypass style does help that as well. It just gives it more of that organic feel. It's very, the designer really did think everything through. And just the pink and yellows, they just complement each other so well. I feel like, as you can see with my nails, I'm in a very spring summery mood, even though we are in the midst of a boiling hot summer. And I feel like it's just perfect for the weather. Every time I look at this sort of color combination together, it brings me so much joy and happiness. And back on the wheel it goes. If I can take it off, I think subconsciously I'm hoping that if I just keep trying on jewelry, maybe I'll be able to sneak out of here with a piece. But no, you guys are faster than I am. You guys snatch them up. Okay. Now, I don't think I've shown anything brand new yet today. We've been doing a little bit of a vault clean out, as I like to say, and we haven't brought anything new, so let's change that, shall we? Next up, we had a party bag as the first item of the show yesterday, so I thought it'd be good to bring another one for you today. I wonder if this one will stand on its own, and it will. Look at that. Look at how adorable it's standing. And this is a pendant. This is item number 1131735. It is newer. I cannot recall if we've ever had this on here before, but if we have, you're getting another look at it. This is our designer Pariba pendant set in platinum. You have 8 points in that center oval over there with 10 points in diamonds all around it. It's a very nifty little thing. So right now it's sitting on its side, but you can wear it like this as a square. You can't, the way it's designed, that there are holes on all 4 sides. So you can run a chain through either one side and have it sit as a square, or you can run it through the corner and have it sit as a diamond shape. Either way, it is gorgeous anyways. This is such a cute little designer pendant, and I was mentioning this with a couple of our necklace with chains and pendants yesterday. But like this sort of size, the 1/4 inch size, it's a 1/4 inch size if you're looking at it how you're seeing it on the screen right now as a square from top to bottom. If you're wearing it more as a diagonal, it's probably closer to 5/8 of an inch, or not 5/8, sorry, 3/8 of an inch. It's a little bit longer, but with pendants of this size, they tend to be very versatile. You can wear them as a stack, you can wear them alone. If you're maybe someone who's not a huge pendant person or you don't like to have big statement jewelry all the time, this is great. And with the Paribas, that's just kind of perfect because Paribas have that neon quality that's just so bright and so vibrant that even a little small one like this, you can see it from miles and miles away. And I just love it. And even with an 8-point, that doesn't sound very big on paper, but when it comes to Paribas, that is anything more than teeny tiny side accent stones, they're considered big. If you go shop, not even just retail, you probably can't even find them retail, but if you're shopping within the industry, if you're going through the gem shows, the price of Paribas are skyrocketing like crazy. So if you have been eyeing one, or maybe you've seen our rings, but you're not so much of a ring person and more into the pendants, this one would be for you. And this, like I said, brand new today. I guess I was correct on that. It is brand new today. It's supposed to be for $13.99. This was supposed to be our deal item at $13.99, but I thought Pariba pendant, I really want to do something special because I know so many of you have requested Paribas and there's just nothing that catches your eye or meets your needs, and I really want to make this the one for you. And $13.99, it's not even going to be $999. We're going to do something pretty special on this one. Not going to be at $9.99 or $888 or even $777. Yeah, I'm seeing on the bag here, when we were photographing this, we had it held by the corner, which is probably my preferred way of wearing it. But what's great about this is you can kind of change it depending on your mood. Yeah, it's a very versatile piece. And not going to be for $777 or even $699 or even $599. I mean, like I said, we are still within the first 30 minutes of our show, and we want to do some special deals for those of you guys who are kind enough to stick with me through the early hours of the show. So let's make it $499 for our very first caller who would like it. This is such a great designer piece, and I'm so excited that it's here. I mean, it didn't get any airtime, so it'd be odd if it weren't here, but I'm just saying. I'm sure this will not be here for long. $599. Okay. Yeah, we don't have very many larger Paribas. Today we're just doing like the little starter Paribas. I have one more that's a pendant with chain that I'll probably bring up later in the show, but I'm very excited about it. Okay, looks like this one may be verifying as well. Okay, let's move on. We did a lot of earrings yesterday, but it looks like management didn't think I did enough, so they just gave me a ton more for tonight's show, which, I mean, fair. We can never have too many earrings. Earrings are one of those things where I tend to gravitate the most towards because I think, I don't know, I only rotate through a couple of rings, but earrings are what I like to change out the most. It goes from least to most interchangeable. It goes pendants, rings, earrings, for me at least. And so every time I see a new pair of, this one's gone? Thank you. Every time I see a new pair of earrings, I need to resist the urge to add to my ever-growing collection. And this one is no exception. Look at how stunning these designer earrings are. I think I was here when this first made its debut, and everyone in the studio made a very audible gasp. And if I can find the item number, I'm sure it will not prove me wrong. This is item number 1119043. Yes, like I said, this is a very, very old item. very shocked it's still here. It's our invisibly set rainbow sapphire earrings. And we used to have a collection that's made up of these sort of invisibly set rainbow pieces, but I believe this is the last one left. And this is a stunning piece. It has 4 karat 84 total in invisibly set princess cut multicolor sapphire. So you have the blues, the greens, the reds, basically every color sapphire you could imagine or ever want. And just all in one piece, one set of beautiful museum level pieces. Honestly, pieces like this is so hard to achieve because not only do you have to match each stone to the color next to it, but you also have to make sure it has that perfect gradual gradient throughout, which is very, very hard to do because some stones lean more purple, some stones lean more. It's just very hard to create this sort of gradual shift of color. It's not easy. Let me tell you, it's much easier to do this in a computer than in real life. So very shocked it's still here. And first time it was ever up here, it was actually going for $6,999. Now, earrings with this much labor, because if you guys don't know, invisibly set pieces, even when we do invisibly set diamonds, we have to extend our shipping time frame because they're so hard to set perfectly, especially if they're in rings, because if they're invisibly set, we can't size them, we can't really adjust them at all. So the amount of labor is 10 times harder than just setting rounds with prongs. So $69.99 for the was what the price was when we first debuted them. I mean, 4 karat 84 total in sapphires. That's a lot of sapphires, and it's a lot of stones. You have to set each and every single one of them exactly, precisely the way they are. Otherwise, it would become loose and fall out. It's a very tedious task that I'm sure the jewelers would be happy to not have to do. And they're not going to be $69.99 today. However, this has been here for at least 5 years, I want to say. So we're going to do something special on this as well. So not going to be $69.99 or $59.99 or even $49.99 for this one. Did you have a question? Yeah. Yeah, not going to be $49.99 for this one as well. And these are not teeny tiny earrings. Let me just hold one up against the hand so you can see the type of length we're talking about. It's over ½ an inch from top to bottom. I want to say it's not quite 3/4. I would say 5/8. And they're not small. And from a distance, doesn't that just look like sequins? Beautiful. It looks, if you had a rainbow dress, this would be the perfect match for that. And $49.99, they're not going to be. It looks like someone might be verifying on this. So yeah, let's just give it to them. Not 4 or 3 or even $29.99. These do have to stay in the white gold. But I mean, with all that color, you just kind of want to keep the gold as simple as possible. And yeah, not going to be $29 or $19.99. We're doing crazy deals on this. Let's just make it $1,499. $14.99 for these gorgeous invisibly set rainbow earrings. Back on the wheel we go. $14.99 for our one-of-a-kind rainbow earrings. And these are post and butterfly, so they're very easy to put on. They have the standard backs, so it's very easy to grasp. I know that's a big pet peeve of mine because I have these long, long nails. Sometimes I have to choose what earrings I wear because of my nail situation. Yeah. And looks like we have some shipping questions. If you ever have any questions on how we ship or anything like that, you can always call in and ask our operators as well. They know all of that information. Or you can also check out, like I said, our website. We have all of that information up there as well. Wow. Oh my goodness. So it looks like this one might be verifying. We're checking right now. So yeah, let's move on. Oh, no, that just happened. Okay. Moving on from the rainbow earrings, we are quickly approaching the first bottom of the hour. Wow, time really does fly when you are up here. Sometimes it feels like when we're sitting at our computers, it takes a lot longer, but when you're up here, time does fly a lot faster. So let's move these away for right now. And next up we have the earrings. Thank you so much. Looks like the earrings are spoken for. Next up we have another throwback. This is a conch pearl necklace or pendant with chain to be exact. This is item number 1128886. This is also has been here for a little bit, not quite as long as those earrings, but still has been some time. Set in the platinum and 18 karat rose gold. This is our 2 karat oval conch pearl with 10 points in diamonds all around on the bail and on the platinum and rose gold. Wow, this is probably the most designer style of conch pearl we have ever done. I just love the way it's set. I mean, the way the gold is almost bent and formed. It's so interesting. Yeah, and it's not small by conch pearl standards. This is a 2 karat exactly with 10 points in diamonds. I mean, it is not small by any means, and I just love the way that they designed this. I mean, conch pearls are traditionally, it has that pink hue, so using the rose gold is very apt there. And it's just, I just love designs like this where it almost looks like someone hand manipulated the gold. I mean, they did, but it's just, it gives it such an effortless, it's like flopping because it's not meant to be on a tweezer, it's meant to be on your neckline. Yeah, it's just such a gorgeous style. I love pieces like this where it just looks like someone took their bare hands and molded it with their hands. I mean, obviously you can't physically do that, it'd be way too hot to handle, but it is gorgeous. And this one was supposed to be for $89.99. Conch pearls, if you guys don't know, very hard to find and very hard to work with. This is why normally when we do rings, the free sizing doesn't necessarily apply, only because having to handle them can cause them to crack or break. It's very, very finicky. So pendants, earrings, they would be the way to go. Earrings aren't as common, however, because you would need to find 2. So yeah, pendants and necklaces would be the way to go. They have the least amount of trouble. We'd never have to take it out of the mounting. So $89.99 is what it was supposed to go for. Very hard to find, but it's not going to be $89. We're not even, with our summer sale, we really wanted to make sure this went out to one very lucky caller. So it's not even going to be half of $89.99. It's not even going to be $45.99. Yeah. It is technically brand new today. I didn't realize we'd never shown this before because the item number is quite old. But if you have as many items as we do, sometimes things just fall through the cracks. Like, not everything gets airtime as much as we try. Some things just we forget about. And it looks like this was one of those pieces. And I was talking a lot about the chains yesterday. This is also a slightly more substantial chain than the ones we normally carry that you can add on to your order. So if you are also missing this sort of, it's in platinum, but I'm saying if you have a white gold pendant that you've been looking for a chain for, this would be a great one as well. And not going to be for $45 or even $35.99. Brand new markdown today for our new old piece. Let's just make it $2,999. $29.99 for our conch pearl necklace, or pendant with chain to be more accurate. Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? And with the white and rose gold complementing each other, it's just such a cool, we could have gone all white gold, but it's just, I feel like the hues really play well together here. Yeah, so lovely. Okay. All right, next up, here is something that is very similar to an item that sold yesterday that was brought out upon request. So I think we thought we would, in case anyone missed out on it, we brought something a little bit similar. So let me just show this. This one, ooh, look at that. This is going to be, wow, isn't that gorgeous? And very different from anything we've ever had. This is item number 1130545. This is a tanzanite ring with fancy cut quartz. So this one, it's a little bit similar to the one we had yesterday. However, yesterday was made up of sapphires, not tanzanites. And yeah, this is a very different style. This is more of a cigar band. It's wider but tapers in the back. And with the carving, it looks almost pumpkin-esque, white pumpkin-esque. Maybe I'm fiending for it to be fall because I'm not a huge fan of hot weather. But it is a stunning piece. It's very similar in concept on paper to the one we had yesterday, but it's executed completely differently. I will say, because of the way that this is carved, I'm going to say I don't think you can size it up or down too much from what it already is. I believe right now it's a 7. So if you wear a size 6 to a size 8, I think you'll be good. I think we can size it that much, but anything more than that, maybe not. So just a little disclaimer. Because of the way the quartz is formed, we can't melt it down, and quartz doesn't do that. So unfortunately, it does have to stay like that. But yeah, it is just such a stunning and unique piece. Very interesting that we've had 2 in a row. I have not seen a style like this ever, let alone twice in 2 days. And with the tanzanite, I mean, it's one of our classics here at TVON. I feel like we have a tanzanite every single show, but never one quite like this. It's probably the best star to place this sort of quartz background on it. It is a very, very cool piece. And this one was supposed to be for $24.99, but we still want, the one yesterday went out so fast, we want to recreate that frenzy today. So $29.99 it is not going to be. Yeah, isn't it so gorgeous? Let me go ahead and try it on for you. And I'll also, as I'm wearing it, I'll turn my hand to the side because I think the attention to detail is so incredible. As you can see, as the light sort of catches the quartz, you can see how it's carved. And then if I move my finger, actually, I'll probably do this when it's back on the wheel. But yeah, that sort of cigar band style is also very trendy, trend focused right now. And this one does have to say in the white gold, but with the quartz, it doesn't really matter too much what gold color because you don't really see it. So let me go back on the wheel and show you what I mean about how detailed and how much thought got put into it. You see how the quartz is carved? The same carving goes along either side, and it's fully finished in the back because we want to maximize the amount of comfort that is there when you're wearing it. This is just a very well thought out piece, and $29.99 is not even going to be $19.99 for 1 carat 29 tanzanite. If you've been looking for, maybe you're not a huge fan of those giant tanzanite stones that we also love, if maybe that's not your style, but you still want that presence, you still want that large form factor, this would be the best compromise. And $19.99 is not going to be, let's just make it $1,699, $16.99 for our quartz and tanzanite ring. Yes. Oh my goodness. $16.99 for our tanzanite and quartz. And with this item, we've officially passed the 30-minute mark of the first hour of our show. So let's see if the rest of the show moves as quickly as the first 30 minutes just did. All right. Okay, moving on. I said we had quite a few diamond deals today, and I'm trying to meet my end of the deal. So let's bring out some more diamond pieces, yes? So let's take that away for now. Next up, this is going to be, ooh, if I can get a good grip on it. This is going to be an item that is also on the newer side. I don't think we've ever shown this on the air before. This is item number 1131689. If we have a request, we can just leave it right there. Do you know who it's for? Mary? All right, yes, this is brand new today. We'll bring up Mary's request right after. This is item number 1131689. Oh my God, it's just not wanting to behave. That is crazy. Yeah. Oh my God, we're gonna have to do it like this. 1131689. This is another necklace. This is set in platinum with 25 points total in marquee and actually just marquee white diamonds. You got actually it has marquee and rounds, but because there's only 2 rounds, I guess they just thought it was prudent to add them all together. So you have sorry about that. You have 7 stones total. This is another one of those very versatile stackable pieces. You can wear it up close to the neck as more like a collar style, or you can have it have more of a drop. And this is, once again, such a adorable, stunning little necklace. I mean, we really want to bring the diamond deals today. So, supposed to go out for $19.99. We are not going to do for this piece. Not going to be not even going to be $999. I mean, again, very substantial chain. I don't think this would break or catch any time at all. And $999 is not going to be $999 or $888 or even $777. Let's just make it $699. Like I said, we're bringing the deals today. It is Friday after all. It's most of your last work day of the week. Not for us. We'll be here on Saturday and Sunday as well. And hopefully this will be my last work day of the week, but I, for some reason, doubt that. So $699 for this, and it looks like we're gonna have to set you down for a second because we do have a request for Mary. I believe this is from yesterday. I remember it well. This is the cat's eye crystal that we had in the beginning of the show yesterday, and she wanted to see on the hand. So let's just show that for you right now. This was item number 1125505. I'll also bring it back up on the wheel just so we can do a little refresher. I apologize. Yeah, we'll bring this back up, but it still has that wonderful lace design mounting, and that cat's eye is quite spectacular. You can see it clearly even on the hand. And from what I recall up close, the cat's eye almost throws more of a blue hue instead of a pure white, which I just think is so stunning. And yes, it is $777 from yesterday. Great memory. I almost forgot about this piece. It was so early on in the show. And yeah, it is quite a stunning piece. And I'm going to move that necklace out of the way so we can show it on the wheel as a little recap, refresher from yesterday. Back on the wheel it goes. As you can see, yeah, very gorgeous. It has that lace style mounting. It's not quite asymmetrical, it's flipped vertically. So, you know, it does create that sort of designer look, and it is quite stunning. So whichever Mary it is, because I know we have many. I believe there was one day we had 5 requests from 5 different Marys. So I'm not sure which Mary this is, but whichever one, you have very good memory and very good taste. Someone is requesting if we have necklace with green and pink stones. I don't know if we have them together, but we sure can double check. If you have a preference for what those stones are, we can see. If you're asking for necklaces with only green or only pink, I'm sure we can definitely do that. I just don't know if we have it in that sort of color combination. Okay. Looks like this one is still here. So let's move on. Of course, if there's anything else you need to see about this ring, if you want to see the back, if you want to see how high it sits, let us know. But we still got a lot to get through today. So let's just keep it moving. We want to make sure we can get through as much jewelry as humanly possible. All right, so next up, this item has been here for a little bit. The crystal barrel? Wonderful, thank you so much, Mary, I hope. But next up, this is an item that has been here for probably a couple weeks. It's still very fresh off the press. This is item number 1131468. This is our 2K09 heart-shaped unheated cornflower blue sapphire with 84 points in diamonds. Now, I know for a while, our cornflowers were having a moment, and heart shapes, not necessarily in the cornflowers, but in the sapphires. And so we created this one. It's a great piece. This is our 2K09 heart shape unheated with 84 points in diamonds in our classic double halo signature mounting. And signature mountings, we all know and love them. We have it in every stone, every gold color, every size imaginable. And yet, I don't think we've had a heart shape quite like this. Yes, I remember there was a moment when heart shapes, we had only requests for heart shapes, specifically in tanzanites, but I also had them for rubies, and there was, I think, mandarins as well. And then another period in time when all of our requests were for cornflower blues, because cornflower blues are a little bit of a spectrum. This, I would say, is on the slightly deeper side of a cornflower blue, but some of them can run a little bit lighter, some of them run a little bit more of that. This is more of a purpley blue, some of them run a little bit more true blue. They have a little bit of a range, but this one is gorgeous. It is stunning. So we kind of combined the two trends of the moment and created this ring. And because the stone is so exceptional, I don't think I've ever had a heart-shaped cornflower. We decided to keep the mounting super, super simple, super classic, but still with lots and lots of diamonds. This one does have to stay in the yellow gold, but you can get whatever size you need. So right now, I believe it's a size 7, but if you need it in a size 6, if you need a size 5, if you need a size 9, we can definitely do that. It just might take a little bit extra time, and you are still getting your discount for this. So don't think that the Exceptional Museum unique pieces aren't getting your discount. You are. And this one, for probably our first ever heart-shaped blue sapphire, I'm at least cornflower blue as far as I know, it was supposed to go out for $79.99. But we are doing something very special. This really should not be at the price what I'm going to do, but we're going to do it anyway because this is an impromptu show and we're doing impromptu prices. Let me go ahead and try this one on for you because it is such a stunning piece. Let's see what it looks like on the hand. Like I said, it's not a small heart. I feel like heart shapes, they're recognizable even when they're teeny tiny, but this is not that. And it's just so gorgeous. I actually think I prefer the cornflowers to the royal blues. I mean, they're all based on preference. Some people like to buy them based on rarity, but for me, it's all about what I like. If something is super, super expensive, but I don't like it, I'm still not gonna gravitate towards it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I tend to gravitate towards more this sort of almost periwinkle, dark periwinkle blue color. I just think it's so fun and so unique, and it kind of goes, I know my nails are yellow, but I still think it matches quite beautifully. And $79.99, it is not going to be for this one, not going to be $79 or $69 or even $5,999. And of course, we only have one. I wish we could do a million, but then we wouldn't be able to call it a museum level piece. So one only on this one. Back on the wheel it goes. And this is going to be a fantastic deal. Not going to be $59 or even $4,999. Let's just make it $39.99 for our one only heart-shaped cornflowers. In fact, it's probably the only heart-shaped sapphire we have currently in our inventory as I am speaking. That may be incorrect. You can always call your operators and ask, but that's just from what I recall our inventory to consist of. Yes, $39.99 for her. And sticking with the blue theme, yesterday was all about the pinks. Today it looks like it's going to be all about the blues. I feel like from now on I need to start theming the shows based on color schemes. I just think that's probably what my style is going to be from now on. We're going to do it based on color. And next up is going to be a piece that, again, I'm sure we only have one of. So let's take our heart shape away for right now and bring up a tanzanite pendant. Now, we don't see very many of these lately. Most of the time when we have tanzanites, they're in rings and they're usually put up on auction, or, you know, we have them on a wheel, but we don't usually have tanzanite pendants anymore. And isn't that such a special one? It's an octagonal cut. It says fancy cut, but you can obviously tell it's an octagonal. It looks like a stop sign. This is item number 1129595. So has been here for a little bit, but hasn't settled quite in yet. This is our 2-carat 86 octagonal blue wing tanzanite with 18 points in that baguette on the top. So the cut is super, super fancy, but we decided to keep it super simple with just a simple baguette as the bail. you know, have it be multi-purpose. And I just think this is such a cool piece. We have so many classic shapes of tanzanites. We have a lot of fancy cuts, but when we do fancy cuts, it's more like you have that sort of coffin style, we have lozenge cuts, we have kite cuts, but we don't have this sort of, you wouldn't think this is a quote unquote fancy cut, but you don't see this cutting very often, but it's just so proportional, both vertically, horizontally. I mean, that is a definition of an octagon, right? A perfect octagon. Yeah, so very, very difficult to see something like this. If you have been a big fan of the tanzanites, but are probably looking for something you don't have in your collection, I'm sure this is probably the second time we've ever had octagonal tanzanites on the show, and it's going at a crazy, crazy low. On the bag, I see the first time it debuted, it was asking for $49.99. With cuts like this where it's not quite the standard in the industry, the asking price tends to start off higher, but we're TVON. We want to give it an equal opportunity chance to get out of here and find its perfect home. So $49.99 is not going to be. Looks like we have more people calling in, checking in as the show is going on. So welcome to all of our latecomer friends. I don't mean to call you out for being late, trust me. I'm a big fan of tuning in whenever you want to, because I'm not a huge live stream person, as in a live stream viewer. I always tune in at like 3 hours in. That's just who I am. But hello anyways. $49.99 is not going to be for our octagonal tanzanite. Super simple, super adorable, and it's just a great size as well. 3/4 of an inch for a pendant. It's not large, it's not teeny tiny, and it's just you're not going to mistake this for any other tanzanite you have in your collection. And $49.99 is not. It's not going to be $39.99 or even $29.99. Let me pick this up and show you what it looks like on the hand, so we get a little bit of size perspective. Look at that. Like I said, not a small pendant. It's still very much, it still has some size to it, but it's still very wearable. As you can see, the faceting on it is very, very different. It almost has, because of the way it's cut, it almost looks like it gives the effect of an asher cut, which is also technically octagonal, but it's not this sort of perfect octagonal. It's almost a mutated asher, if you will. And it's not going to be $29.99 or even $19.99. Brand new price today, new price, and with your 12% off, so that's a brand new low. And once that 12% goes away, it goes back up to what the price used to be. So not going to be $19 or $18 or even $17.99 for our fancy cut tanzanite pendant. Let's just make it $1,699 for one very lucky caller. We should start making rings with this shape. I feel like we could do so many fun things. If we did a 3-stone with this cut and have baguettes on either sides, just have them be the perfect size. Oh, that would be amazing. If we could do them with trillions, we could do them with maybe not pear shapes, I don't think pear shapes, but we could also do them with rounds. It's a lot of possibilities with this cut. It should be more of a standard, no? $16.99. And back on the wheel it goes. If I can be lucky once again and have it stand. And you just saw a glimpse of the back, so that was a happy accident. $16.99 for the octagonal pendant. I agree, it is a cool pendant. We hardly ever see cuts like this, so very excited that it's here. Okay, I am trying to see what else is new and fun, or maybe haven't been here in quite some time. And I don't know what we should do. We have more color change sphinx pendants. That is something that I haven't shown yet. So yeah, why not? Let's bring that out. We can stick to the adorable little minimal pendants. Why not? So let's say goodbye to the tanzanite pendant for now and bring out the color change sphinx pendant. Again, very, very similar idea, but it's a Asher instead of a traditional perfect octagon. This is item number 1129798. This is our 1 carat 19 Asher cut pendant, color change theme pendant with 7 points in that baguette. So like I said, very, very similar style. I mean, the shape is different, but other than that, it's pretty much the same idea. It's a very different look, and that stone is just beautiful. With color change themes, you tend to see, it's first of all very, very hard to find. Anytime we get requests to make more of them, it always takes us at least a couple months to fulfill, because it's hard to find stones that match the color we're looking for, the dispersion we're looking for, or even the cutting. These stones are not very easy to cut because they are on the softer side. So when you do have a color change theme, I highly advise you to wear with caution, because they can get damaged. They're also a little bit finicky. But I mean, what comes out of it is just truly jaw-dropping and astounding. And this pendant is no different. It might be a small pendant, but it still packs a punch. I mean, just looking through that stone, you see so many clear flashes of yellow and red and green. I mean, it looks like something, I mean, it's almost over. But it's a pendant you would wear to the World Cup. I mean, let's see, Brazil has green and yellow, Mexico has red in them. It's like, it's a pendant you would wear to the World Cup if that is a team you root for. It is a stunner of a piece, and it's just so clean and clear, and it just looks, you feel very comfortable looking straight through that stone, that you can really, with the nature of the color change veins, the cutting really, really matters, because anything goes wrong and the faceting, the flashes just look off. So we're very, very proud of the ones that we have brought, but this is also why sometimes when we get requests for them, they don't get fulfilled super quickly, because not everything meets our standards. In fact, 95% of the things we come across don't meet the standards that we require. And this one, we're gonna do a very special deal on it, because we love our color change fiends and we want our audience to get the opportunity to enjoy them as well. So this one, first time it was up here, it was supposed to go out for $15.99, but we're going to, yeah. Tanzanite the octagonal, thank you. That is a great piece. Thank you to whoever got that, because it's truly a one of a kind. I'm sure that, yeah, no one else you know will have that. But yes, if you guys want that sort of similar look, but maybe are looking for a stone that's a little bit more unique, a little bit less common, color change fiends definitely fall in that category. $15.99 is not going to be $14 or $13 or even $12.99 for this one. And this one does have to stay in the white gold. I'm starting to realize that pendants where we like to have the baguettes as the bail, we like to keep in the white gold, but I hope that's not a deal breaker for you all. And not gonna be $12.99. Let's just blow it out. Not gonna be $12 or $10.99. Yeah, we are very excited to bring these pendants. It looks like today a lot of people, you guys are really into the pendants. So let's just make it $999. Let's make it an easy decision for everyone else going forward. $9.99 for this one. And like I said, it does have to stay in the white gold. Color change fiends, white or yellow gold, I think they both look fantastic. I don't have a particular preference. But yeah, white gold just looks spectacular in this particular case. And it looks like, wow, we were fast approaching the top of the hour. So, and we have gone through actually quite a bit of jewelry today. I'm very proud of the progress we are making. We're making quite a big dent in our lineup. And yes, I don't know what else there is to say after that, except we're making good pace. I always get flack for moving too slowly in not just doing this, but just in everyday life. So I'm glad for once I'm out ahead. Okay. Next up, we had a couple pearl pieces yesterday, but I don't think we've had a pearl quite like this, or at least a ring quite like this, because wowza, look at how large that is compared to our little sphere pendant. This has been here for a little bit as well. This is item number 1127463. Look at that. Now, this one is going to be it's set in platinum. It's our 14 millimeter South Sea white pearl with a carat 61 in baguette diamonds. Now, most of our white pearls are actually not South Sea. They are freshwater white pearls. It's very hard to come across South Sea white pearls, at least here at TVON. But this one we thought was actually, the quality, the surface was actually good enough, and it's going to be a value. We thought it was appropriate for our show here. And 14 millimeters also a size that we don't normally carry. Honestly, anything above the 9 to 10 millimeter range, it becomes very, very rare for us, and they become singles and not something we can sell over and over again. They usually become a one-off type item. And this is no exception. 14 millimeters, that is on the large size for us. I would say more than large, it's the huge, gigantic size. In a South Sea white pearl, the only other time I've seen a 14 millimeter pearl, I think it was a Tahitian. And yeah, so having a white pearl like this is already astounding, but then you're getting a carat 61 in baguettes and round white diamonds. That is a heavy diamond weight, and I say heavy because this ring actually feels physically heavy. When I was picking it up with my tweezers, I had to brace myself for how much weight it looks a lot lighter than it would be, but it's actually quite a substantial piece. Because let me just show you on the side, look how large that pearl is. It is a hefty ring. And we brought this down again quite a bit. First time it was up here for $39.99. Cool. We have more requests for earrings. I'm telling you, everyone's loving the pendants and earrings today. So we'll bring that out for Joetta after this item. But yes, $39.99 is what this one was up here for first time around. And then it got brought down to $29.99. But we really want this to make we want to make sure this is a special value for one of you out there. I mean, $29.99, you're getting a carat and a half of diamonds, not even talking about the pearl, a carat and a half for $29.99. That's already quite a value in and of itself. And this is a heavy, heavy ring. So they're not cutting any corners when it comes to materials being used. $29.99 is not going to be, it's not going to be $28.88 or even $27.77. And with this low price, you still get your 12% off. And that's just something that we're very proud to bring you. And we're happy to do this every single day until the sale ends. So $27.7, it is not going to be today. Let's just blow it out. For one caller out there who's been looking for the largest pearl ring probably we have ever had, let's just make it $25.99. I mean, you would think with a pearl that large, it would mean a large price tag, but we went the opposite way. $25.99. And it looks like, oh, maybe she was watching yesterday because I see Joetta requested some 1-inch drop earrings. So, you know, drop earrings that still have a drop but are not crazy long that they would get tangled or snagged or anything like that, because that, let me tell you, I do find that frustrating when that happens. So let's bring that out for them. Let's do them one by one because they are all very different with different price ranges. So let's start small and then we'll end on a larger one. So let's move our pearl aside for right now and bring out, now this one I believe we can do a couple, so even if our requester doesn't want them, or if our requester does, I should say, anyone else can take a pair as well. This is going to be item number 1129217. This is our marquee yellow diamond earrings. I almost said pendant. They're not pendants, they're earrings. And I just heard a clink because they fell out of the bag when I was trying to get them out. But yes, this is 61 points total weight. So 30 points each ear, 30.5 points, if that makes sense. Because there are 2 of them, and that is it. So these are simple as simple gets for a drop. They are very easy to wear. I mean, they're literally just diamonds, a little bar of gold, and then your lever back. It is not a complicated pair of earrings. And I just want to zoom in so you can see how gorgeously those stones are sparkling and shining throughout. These are as simple as they get. Like I said, they're just a diamond with some gold and a lever back. There's no extra frills, there's no extra halo, anything like that. So if you're looking for a drop that is that you just want to put on and not have to worry about it, it's not like something that has a lot of prongs so they would catch. And they're still very minimal. I mean, when you think minimal, I usually think of studs, but if you are a drop person like I am, but still want to achieve that minimal look, it would be with studs, with drops like these. They're not studs, they're drops. And because they're yellow diamonds, we are going to say you have to keep them in the yellow gold. And I just love that they decided to do marquees for these. We have several versions of this. We have them in ovals. I think we have them in cushions as well, but don't quote me on that. We definitely have them in pear shapes, but the marquees are probably my favorite. I mentioned this yesterday, but I just love when marquees are in earrings because with the drop, it just looks more elongated. It makes you feel more stately and elegant, and it's just a fabulous way to wear this shape. And because Joetta's probably waited some time for her request, I don't want to keep her in suspense for too long. Let's just make it $999. I mean, that's what they were last time, and $999 you get your 12% off. So you are still getting your extra discount on top of that. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to shop the things that you have seen, but maybe have not pulled the trigger on. This would be a great opportunity to do so. And just in case that is not her on the line and these are going to someone else, I mean, there is more than one, so fret not. We do have a couple of other options for her because I don't think she was specific on what stones she wanted. She just wanted 1-inch drops with lever backs. And these are kind of a lever back. They're not actually technically a lever back, but they have that sort of drop to them. So we're going to show them anyways. So $999 for this, for our requester or anyone else who wants them. We will have to say yellow gold only, but I just love how simple and easy they are to wear. It looks like something from early in the show is going, so please let me know what that would be. Yeah. The clover ring, yeah. Great, that one is gone. And I will be sure to make a note of that. Did you have a question, Victor? Sure, give me a second. I will have to prep the shot because I am vertically challenged and I need to make sure I am actually tall enough for my ear to actually make the frame of the camera. Just give me one quick second. I will have to also pick one of these up. And you're going to see one earring there for right now. Okay. And I kind of see where she's going with the lever backs because lever backs are so easy to put on. If you're like me and have really long, annoying nails, that it's hard to get anything through with them on. This is, oh, okay, let's see. I almost got him. I'm so sorry about that, Joetta. Just give me one quick second. Okay, there we go. This is what they look like against the ear. As you can see, it's very simple, very minimal, like I said, but because you have those marquees, it still looks very long and elongated, and that diamond is still so brilliant and bright and sparkling. They're just super easy to wear. And they do have to stay in the yellow gold, but I just love the way these look. They're so simple and easy. And if she does take them, please let me know if she still wants to see the other two we have prepared for her. These are the only actual lever backs. The other two are more of a latchback style with a lock. But yeah, I just love these. So back on the wheel we go for the other earring while I take these out. And it looks like she did not love these, but that's okay. We brought out a couple of options for her. So 1 second. As I try to take these off, and they're not coming off. Looks like these are coming home with me as well. Okay. Now they're off. All right, next up. Now, I'm not sure exactly what her request was, so the next ones I have are actually almost completely different. They're moonstone drops. So, like I said, these aren't that same sort of technical lever back. I think technically we call these a latchback style earring, but they create pretty much the same effect. In fact, I think in terms of comfort, I like the way these fit on my ear a little bit more, only because the post is straight. So if you're someone who has piercings that are a little bit wonky, a little bit crooked, I should say these will fit a little bit more comfortably. They're straight and they just sit a little bit better. And they feel better when you're, like I said, headphone user. They won't poke to the back of your ear. This is item number 130680. So this one is a newer style. 4 karat 23 in the cushion moonstone. So 4 karat 23 total weight, but that means each earring is about 2 karat 10 points. And you have 32 points in diamonds total. So you have 2 fancy kite cuts as well as the rounds. And this is just a fabulous pair of designer earrings. This is very different, I would say. It's a little bit bigger in size. So if you want something a little bit more dramatic, if you're into the drama, this would be the one I would go for, and I just love those moonstones. Moonstones all vary a little bit in terms of color, but these two match enough so that we could actually turn them into earrings, and that doesn't happen very often. As you can see, the stones flash a lot more of those cyan blues as well as purples and a little bit of reds. Even though they are matched up as a pair of earrings, they're not perfectly identical, which I think add to the allure of the moonstones. They have enough colors where they could go as earrings, but they're not perfect matchy-matchy, which has this cool sort of asymmetric look to it. And this let's go to talk pricing for a minute. Let's talk about the numbers. Last time it was up here for $39.99. But we're gonna do something special for Joetta because she has not yet found her perfect lever backs yet. So, yeah, $39.99. They're not going to be $34.99. She has been waiting so patiently over there. So let's just get straight to it. These are going to be $29.99. You do get more gold. You do get more of those fancy cut diamonds, and this is 18 karat gold. So the gold is a little bit more pure. So $29.99 for these, and you are still getting your 12% off. So wonderful in that regard. And keep in mind, I mentioned that how I was going to do this earlier, but just in case you forgot, I went from the smallest both in size and price, and I'm going up. So I do have one more pair for her, but they're going to be larger and a little bit more expensive. So if she's interested in those, we will show them as well. And they're also completely different. They're blue zircons. All right. I guess we're 0 for 2. That's okay. I'm sure that whatever we show next will be, I don't know, maybe I have a lot of earrings planned for today, so maybe she is looking for something else. If she's into the yellow diamonds, I actually have another pair of lever back yellow diamond earrings for her that we had, but maybe we'll do that a little bit later. We can't do all earrings all at once, right? So next up, let's do something that I haven't shown in quite some time, and this is a very unique piece that I'm very excited to bring out for you guys because I don't see this type of style very often here. This is going to be item number 1131627, and it's a mandarin garnet set east-west style. We normally, when we have ovals, we set them north-south style, but east-west in just a simple halo, it provides a different type of look. This is, I apologize, like I said, this is going to be item number 1131627. It is relatively new, unsurprisingly. If we had them before the sort of east-west style, they usually sell fairly quickly. This is our 1 carat 81 mandarin garnet with 23 points in white diamonds in that single halo and on the band channel set. So adorable variation on a single halo. I just got a little bit distracted by things getting knocked over. It's chaos in our phone bank here on this Friday evening. And yeah, this is quite an interesting piece. I will say it does have to stay in the platinum, but with this sort of style, if you can't tell already, it's a designer. We, like I said, most of our mountings, they're configured in a way so that they have to be north-south. So this is very different for us, and we're very excited to bring it. And with this sort of east-west style, I feel like it looks a little bit more casual, almost more like a signet style, if you will. I know we have like actual signet rings, but it gives more almost like, it's a little bit more masculine. I'm not saying it is a man's ring, but it gives that more sort of general, less feminine vibe to it. And yes, we're very happy to bring this out. It's supposed to go out for $29.99, but that is not going to be our price today. Yeah, it's mayhem in here today. And not going to be $29.99 or $24.99 or $22 or even $2,099. Like I said, it has to stay in the platinum. But with something like this where it's a little bit different for us, I do think probably don't take any chances. That would be the way I would keep it as. And we occasionally also do get requests for the east-west style, so if you have been one of those anxious waiting people who have been waiting for it, this would be your chance. And not going to be $2,099, let's just make it $19.99 for one of our anxious customers waiting here today. $19.99 for this one, and let me go ahead and try it on for you because it is it's a very different look from anything we've ever had. Like I said, with the east-west style, it's very different. I mean, you wouldn't think it would look that different if you just turn it 90 degrees, but it is. It's amazing how a little change can make such a different effect. $19.99 for this one. And back on the wheel it goes. If it'll come off of my finger, it's still not my size, the sample, so that's a bummer for me, but it's okay. I know many of our customers wear a standard size 7. That's why most of the time those go out the fastest. All right. Moving right along because, like I said, still have quite a bit to get through today. We have some tanzanite earrings. Actually, should I save these for later? I think I'm going to save these for a little bit later, because we did tanzanite earrings at the end yesterday, so why not save it for the end again today? Usually tanzanite earrings, they go pretty quickly, so I'm gonna keep you guys in suspense for a little bit. So next up, we have something that I don't think I have seen here yet before. This is going to be, ooh, look at that. It's a purple sapphire necklace or pendant with chain once again. This is item number 1128882. Like I said, this is our 1 carat 22 cushion purple sapphire necklace set in the platinum with 61 points in diamonds around it. And this is such a unique shade of purple. It's a very true royal violet color. And I think normally when we have purple sapphires, we actually don't have them very often. We sometimes label things as purple pink, but never really anything that is a true purple sapphire. And up until now, yeah, that has always been the case. So very excited to bring this, very classic looking. Like I said, similar double halo. You got simple diamonds up the bail, and it comes with a chain, so you're getting that for free as well. Usually when we do pendants with chains, the chain doesn't go into the calculations in determining the cost of it. So that's a little inside baseball for you again. So if you were to get a pendant with chain, the chain is usually not accounted for. So it's like you're getting a chain for free. And first time this was up here, it was going for $69.99, but it is the very first time I'm seeing a true purple sapphire, so we've got to give it something special to walk out on. So yeah, let's not make it $69.99 because I don't think it deserves, everything has been going out at crazy, crazy values. So this one can't be the exception. So $69.99 is not going to be, it's not even going to be half of $69.99. It's not even going to be $3,500. It's not even going to be $34.99 for this one necklace. No siree, not going to be $34 or even $24.99. Brand new markdown today, and you are still getting 12% off. Let's just make it $1,999. And if it doesn't go today, I will have to put it aside. Hopefully we can put it up on our website at TVON.com, because I'm sure that as soon as we post it, it will go very, very quickly. So hopefully we can get that up and running after the show ends. $19.99 for this one. So after your 12% off, that means your price will be $17.39.12 if I remember correctly. It's again not mental math, it's just I've been entering that number a lot these days. $17.39, I believe. Yes. And with that, we have reached, I didn't even notice, but we're in our second hour. We're well into our second hour. We've got, with all the requests I lost track of time, which happens, not exclusive to being on the air, that just happens in my regular life as well. So looks like a no on the purple sapphire necklace. So let's take that away and move on to our next item of the day. I had a heart-shaped cornflower ring, so why not bring out some cornflower earrings, because look at that. I don't think we have ever had cornflower earrings, at least not in the drops. I think we might have had studs fairly recently, but we've never had the drops. So now, what better time than now to bring them? This is item number 1131126. This is also on the newer side today. And these, unlike the ring we had earlier, these are more of a classic shape. These are round. 2 carat 03 total weight with 23 points in diamonds on the halo and the lever back. The sapphire? That's a great piece. Wonderful. That is such a steal. Let me know who got that. Whoever did, they have great taste. And yes, 2 carat 03 cornflower earrings. Like I said, I don't think we've ever had them. We definitely never had them in the drops. I believe recently we had them in the studs, but they also went very, very fast. And I'm sure this will be no different. You have the 2 carat 03 total weight in the perfectly matching round cornflowers in that brilliant cut. I mean, the color of this is definitely deeper than the heart-shaped ring we had earlier, but it's just so stunning. This is more on the deeper, more true blue side rather than the purplish hue. And 2 carat 03 total weight, you get 23 points in diamonds. And this would make a great set with that heart shape. We love our cornflower blues. I know I love them. I think they're just so gorgeous and bright and fun. And in this classic, we just had requests for lever back earrings. This is another lever back for you, and it's very easy. It's just a single halo with a lever back earring. Easy, right? Nothing too complicated or hard about it. And they just exist. Is there a question? All right, looks like. Okay, sorry, I'm like getting distracted by what's happening in the phone bank. But yes, this one was supposed to be for $69.99, but we already did such a great deal on that ring. So we want to be able to match that for the earrings. So yeah, we're not going to do $69.99 or $59.99 or even $49.99 on these. And these do have to stay in the white gold, similarly to how the ring had to stay in the yellow. But you know what? You just kind of, this is a great opportunity. You get 2 chances to see what they look like in different gold colors. So if you ever have a request for them coming up, you will know exactly what gold color you want, and we can do our best to match what you're looking for. And $49.99, they're not going to be, let's just make it $3,999. We're going to make it the same price as that ring. So you can either get the heart-shaped cornflower ring for $39.99, or you can get the round cornflower drops for $39.99. They're the same price. And they're actually very similar in carat weight too. This one has a total weight of 2 carat 03. Those have a total weight of 2 carat 09. So very comparable in regards to that. All right. Moving on, because I'm almost at the halfway point of our show and I still have so much to get through, and I feel like I promised diamond deals and I haven't quite delivered just yet, so let's change that, shall we? So let's move on from the cornflowers from now and show a diamond necklace. Now yesterday I'm gonna have to put this like this. As you can see, they are not stationary. They are designed so that they can move. As you wear them, they have this smile effect, but as they're gonna sit on the wheel, it's gonna look like a line. And that is a-okay. They are this sort of dynamic sort of necklace. This is gonna be item number 1129589. And this is our 2 carat total weight white diamond necklace. So yesterday we had the 4-stone 2 carat white diamond band ring. Now we're having the 2 carat total weight white diamond necklace. So you get, those were half carat each stone. This is a little bit smaller, it's 40 points for each stone. But these are bezel set instead of prongs, so you're getting a little bit more gold. You have the chain on them, it is attached. So it comes, you wear it as a necklace, and it is adjustable. So you can choose the length you would like to wear it at, whether it's 16, 17, or 18 inches with the lobster claw. This is a great smile to wear. Now, if you're unfamiliar with our smile collection, it's one of our best sellers here. And we have so many versions. We have the large version in terms of diamond weight, not diamond size. There's the large diamond weight, small diamond size. We have the small diamond weight, small diamond size. We have ones that are bezel set. We have ones that are prong set. We have an endless amount of versions. But this will be the one with the largest stones. I don't think we have any other ones that have stones this same size. So yeah, we're very excited to bring this to you. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I believe the stone in the center is only slightly bigger. So that one will be slightly bigger than 40 points. The rest will be a little bit smaller. And yeah, this is set in the white gold currently, but we are doing this in any gold color. So for a 2 carat diamond necklace, this one was supposed to go out for $5,999. But because we did such a good deal on the rings yesterday, we got to bring the same sort of energy for the necklaces. So we're going to still do any gold color you need. We're still doing the 12% off, all of that. And yeah, it's just, I don't think we have all the gold colors in stock currently, so they might have to be made up, but we are willing to do that even with the discount. And $59.99, they are not going to be $59 or $49 or even $3,999. And if you are curious, that necklace is about an inch wide, maybe an inch and a quarter wide across all the diamonds, I think. Yeah, an inch. Yeah, I believe it's an inch wide, so you're about 1/5 of an inch for each of the diamonds. And like I said, as you wear it up against the neck, they curve and create a smiley face. They are very dynamic this way, so they're not prone to, because one of my biggest fears is when I pack jewelry for travel, if anything gets tangled or if anything gets smushed among all my other belongings, they might get damaged or cracked or whatever. Because they move with the actual necklace and gravity and all that, it doesn't pose that risk. So it's a very fun piece. And yet it's not going to be $39.99 or even $2,999. And like I said, you are still getting your 12% off of everything today. And that, believe me, will not last forever. So $29.99 they're not going to be. Not going to be $29 or $28 or even $2,777. Let's just blow it out. Let's make this $24.99 for our 2-carat white diamond necklace. This is quite a stunning, stunning piece. And right now I only have the white gold to show. If you guys really, really want to see the yellow gold, we can double check to see if we have any samples in stock. I don't think we have the rose gold to show, so unfortunately that's not something I can do as of right now. But you can order in the rose gold if you guys want. $24.99 for our diamond deal of the day. All right. 40-point diamond necklaces. All right, let's move it along because we are approaching the halfway point of our show, and I cannot fall behind after I came out ahead earlier. So we can just move on to the next item. Let's take the necklace away for right now and bring out our trapeze earrings. Now, I know I said yesterday we had the trapeze ring and I said it was the only item we had left in our inventory. Looks like they managed to find the earrings out of the vault, dug deep. This is item number 1125194. I'm holding it at the neck right now because it won't stand on its own, but that's okay. This is going to be our 3-carat 62 trapeze emerald. So they are earrings, so each of the earrings are going to be about 1.8 carats. You have 42 points in yellow diamonds in that halo, freeform halo around the actual emerald, and then another halo of white diamonds around that. So perfectly matching with the ring from yesterday. I mean, not exactly perfect because there's no trapezes that are exactly the same. In fact, even if I hold these two earrings next to each other, they are not identical pieces of each other. They are slightly different. It's impossible to have them the two be exactly the same, but they match enough in shape and pattern that we decided to turn them into earrings. So super fun, freeform style trapeze emerald earrings. I think when I said the earrings sold yesterday, I believe they were a pair of studs, omega backs. So these drops and the ring, those are the only two items left in that collection. And because they are the only two pieces left, we want to make sure that they go out in addition to the 12% discount, so everyone gets an equal opportunity chance to own something truly museum level quality, because once these are gone, we will never be able to find them again, unfortunately. We really should be keeping this in our private collection, but we are not. We are giving you, our faithful viewers, the opportunity to snag one of them. First time these were up here, for the pair of earrings, they were up for $12,999. So that means you're looking at a price of $6,500 for each of those earrings. I mean, you're getting a carat 80 in the trapeze emeralds, and that's not something that's easy to put a price on because they are so rare. And of course you get all the gold. It's completely finished. Let me just turn it around so you see what I mean. You have an under gallery on the back of those earrings. You really could have just done the solid plain, got rid of that floral design, maybe save a couple bucks, but we didn't. We decided a museum level quality stone deserves the museum quality treatment. And so we completely finished it. And bringing it back to the front view, we're not going to leave it at $12,000. Like I said, this is your one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to grab this unique piece as it is for a steal. And it's not going to be at $12,999. It's not even going to be $99.99. This is going down to a crazy low price. And this is not a small earring, by the way. I know I'm holding it like this, and it's up on the screen. Anything looks large because everything is magnified by like a million. I actually don't know how much it's being magnified by, but it's being magnified by a lot, right? But sometimes we get complaints saying, oh, because it's on the TV, it looks so large. In real life, it's not that large. I mean, you are looking through a camera, so that is to be expected. But these are actually large earrings. Let me just show them against the hand, or show one of them against the hand. As you can see, not a small earring. I've had a couple drops today. This is the largest of them all, not just in terms of length, but also width. It's about 5/8 just from left to right. That's how wide they are, which means from top to bottom, you're looking at a length about 1.5 inches, maybe 1 inch. I want to say, yeah, it's about 1 1/4, 1.5 inch from top to bottom. So not a small earring at all. And it's not even going to be $99.99 or $88.88 or even $7,777. Lucky number sevens, and that is not where we're stopping. At $77.77, we are now almost at the halfway point of what each earring would have cost at the original price tag. And yet we are not stopping there. Back on the wheel it goes. We're going to look at the empty wheel for a sec while I get it rebalanced so I can bring it back up on the screen for you. $77.77, it is not going to be $77.77 or $69.99 or even $5,999. This is a brand new low for today's show. Impromptu. I think they're taking the opportunity to just clear out whatever is in the inventory at a brand new low price, because some of these things have been hibernating in there for years and years and years. And not going to be $59.99. Brand new low price today. Let's just make it $4,999 for our Trapeachy. It does have to stay in the white and yellow gold because they have both the white and yellow diamonds. But yeah, $49.99, brand new low price. If we were to make this today with the gold, I don't even think we could make it for $49.99. It's just way too much labor, way too much having to create a mold just for that specialty, because it's not, like I said, it's not a standard cut stone. You would have to make this entire mounting just to fit the stones, and then you have to do it twice because they're earrings. You have two of them, and they're not the same either. It's not like we just take the casting of one and the other one will fit in it perfectly. No, no, no. We would have to take the casting of it twice, so that's twice the labor. Because all of our jewelry, we make samples of them before they go into full production. And samples also cost money, trust me. So we had to make 2 samples, made sure they fit it perfectly, made our adjustments. And each time we do that, that's more labor and the cost goes higher. So at today's price, if we were to find these stones again, I don't think we can make them for $49.99. So this is truly an at cost price for one of you. $49.99. All right. Let's move on from the Trapeachies for today. Yesterday I had a rubellite, but I think it's still here. So why not try again with a slightly different rubellite, something a little bit more classic. In fact, so classic, it's one of the most classic mountings we have here at TVON. It's a bridge. This is item number 1131398. This is our 2-carat 28 oval rubellite in it's one of our more minimal bridges, has slightly less diamond weight than the traditional. And you've got 26 points in diamonds, only 2 rows this time instead of the full 4 underneath the stone. And yeah, it's a classic bridge. What's not to love about it? What's great about the bridge is you get a lot of diamond weight and a lot of gold. It's probably not, this bridge is our more minimal version, but normally our bridge mountings are the most expensive mountings we have here. That's why whenever we make custom pieces, most of the time they are a custom version, a custom variation of some sort of bridge mounting. So if maybe you're not into the big bling, into the big diamond weight, but still like that bridge effect, this is the ring for you. And rubellite, if you guys don't know, it's this sort of pinkish purple tourmaline. It's still a tourmaline family. not a ruby. This is different, very different from a ruby, which is not what I thought when I first started working here. I got those confused all the time, but I don't know, I'm hoping that someone can relate to my struggle from 10 years ago. And this one originally was supposed to go out for $39.99, but like I said, we're doing great deals for today's show. And you know, bridge mounting is such a classic. We've seen it a million times here. So we can't do a crazy astronomical price for them because everyone knows what it will come back 2 weeks later and it will be half of that. We don't want to do that. So with our discount, we're bringing things down to a low that hopefully will not stay. I mean, not hopefully, but probably will not stay because they'll be gone so quickly. And $39.99, it is not going to be $29.99. This is a brand new price for an item that's actually not old at all. It's actually relatively new. I mean, it's a 113 number and it starts with a 1. That to me is a new item because I'm always entering these things. I'm always seeing the item numbers. I have to generate all of them. This is not an old item and we're already marking it down. So, and you get your 12% on top of that. So this is the perfect opportunity to grab it while you can. And not for $29.99. This one is going to be $1,999 for our rubellite in the bridge. And this one, we're going to say you can do any gold color you'd like. Right now it's in the white gold, but I think it would also look stunning in the yellow. I mean, I am biased. I am a yellow gold girl at heart. But so if you're like me and just like your jewelry in yellow gold, you can get it in the yellow. I think it would look great. White gold is the classic choice for most, but I think it would look fantastic in the yellow. But hey, that's just me. Okay. Moving along, we have loved our pendants on chains over the last two-ish days. So not all of them sold, some of them are still here, so why not give it another try? Now here is a pendant with chain that I have seen here for quite some time, but I don't think it's got enough love on the air, so I think now is the time with our summer sale happening. And this one, I'm going to have to do a little bit of finagling on the tweezers because they are a little bit difficult to hold up. Look at that. It is, yeah, this one. Oh, maybe it will sit on its own. It will. That is awesome. This is item number 1129942. This is our 3-carat 44 oval diaspore with 17 points in diamonds. As you can see on that V, it's almost like a wonder necklace, but in addition, you get a diaspore. Now this one, like I said, I've seen this actually quite a lot in the studio, but I don't think it's got a lot of love on the air. So we thought, what better way to bring it back than to have it for our summer sale? I mean, it does seem like it is the opportunity to show off pieces that haven't seen the light of day in half a decade, a whole decade. So even though this is not a super old item, I thought it's time, it's gonna have its moment here on this show that isn't supposed to be happening today. Oh my goodness, I just heard something move back there and it scared me. And I just realized it was this falling on itself, so it looks like I will have to hold it. That is a-okay. Like I said, this one is almost like our wonder necklace, but it just has a diaspora at the bottom. It's a mini version of our wonder with a diaspora. It almost looks like angry eyebrows, like in cartoons when they face down. Yeah, this is a diaspora with an eyebrow, really. And for this one, first time it was up here for $39.99, but we are doing special deals for today's show. And we love our diasporas. They have slowed down in the last couple weeks, but before that, I feel like we had a diaspora every single day, and every single day, one sold. So if you are a little bit behind on the trends, or you just want something that's super designer, this is definitely not your simple classic. We've had a couple classic pendants already today. I mean, we had the purple sapphire that's already gone. We had our smile, which I would still classify as classic. It's just 5 round diamonds in a row that you just curve. That's not very designer at all. This is a designer piece. And if you are someone who likes to play around with necklines in terms of your attire, this would be the one that would frame your V-neck. If you're a V-neck fan, maybe take us back to the early 2010s. That's when V-necks were really happening. If you're stuck in that era, this would be the necklace for you, but not at $39.99 or even $29.99 or even $1,999 for this item. Yeah, this is a very unique mounting, and I'm shocked we don't see more of it. I feel like if we had a rubellite or blue zircon in this, it would look stunning as well, but we decided to play it a little bit safe, have it in the color change diaspora with the yellow gold. You know, it's a very monochromatic moment. And yet it's not going to be $19.99 today. Before your 12% discount, we're bringing it down to $14.99. So you get your 12% on top of that, and that is a value. $14.99 for our color change diaspora necklace. All right. Isn't that just so gorgeous? That oval, like I mentioned with the Mandarin Garnet that was set east-west, we don't do east-west settings very often, and this one is in a pendant. While we rarely do it in the rings, we almost never do it in the pendants or necklaces. I don't think we have ever had one like that. It doesn't matter, not just exclusively in the ovals, but in any shape. I don't think we've had it in the cushions or emerald cuts. So this is, if you've been eyeing the east-west style in a necklace, this would be the way to go. All right. Okay, let's move on from this one. Now, I do actually have a wheel today that I'm going to be completely honest with you. I totally forgot about it until right now, until I checked the time. I was going to show this a little bit earlier today, but you know what? Late is better than ever. And they are actually all going to be kunzites, because kunzites, I have learned, we've been getting so many requests for them. So let's what better way to show off what we have to offer than to show 3 of the most exquisite kunzites I have ever seen. Now, if you guys don't know how wheels work, they're usually 3, 4, 5 items that we put all together on one screen and give them one crazy low price. I mentioned this yesterday, but wheels are the sleeper way to get the sneaky deals. Even when we are not doing a crazy sale event, wheels are where the deals are at. So we love doing them, and it's just a great way to explore so many pieces all at once, because sometimes you see one at a time. It's easy to see it, look at it, forget about it. But with wheels, you kind of have to absorb all of them in one sitting. And you can really, it's a great time to compare in terms of what kind of size you're looking for, in terms of gold color, things like that. I mean, these are kunzites, so they're all the same stone, and they are all in the white gold, and they do have to stay in the white gold. But they're all variations on a very similar style. You have different shapes, you have different side accent diamonds, and then, yeah, it's just, it's a way to see different ways to wear the same style. Now let's do a little breakdown of each and every one of those rings. So first up, we have the 13 karat 57. That is going to be our emerald cut. That's going to be the one on the right there. That will be actually not the smallest. The smallest of the bunch was going to be that cushion on the left. That's the 1349. The emerald cut is the 1357. It has 18 points in diamonds. That's the smallest diamonds, but it's the second largest ring. And then the cushion, moving straight on to the left, you have the 1349 cushion with 34 points in baguette, so slightly bigger diamonds, slightly smaller stone. You can see why the price would be the same here. And last but not least, we have the largest of the bunch. That's going to be the 16 karat 69 in the back, in the oval kunzite with 28 points in the pear-shaped white diamonds. Now, I'm also getting flags from management right now. This actually is a brand new wheel, which means we almost never do this. Usually wheels are made up of things we've seen in the past. I don't think we've ever seen any of these on the air before. So very interesting. This is the first time we're seeing any of these pieces. So if you're one of our lucky requesters who have been requesting kunzites in the past for kunzites that are a little bit more simple, a little bit less diamond weight, but yet still make a statement, this is going to be your ideal wheel. I'm going to say personally, I think my favorite is going to be that cushion on the left. It seems to have so much dispersion and the flashes of light are quite amazing. But that oval is no slouch either. As it's turning on the wheel there, you just keep getting blinded by the light that's coming through that stone. And it is a magnificent piece. And you get those pear shapes in diamonds, which are a little, I think it would look a lot better with the pear shapes than if we did baguettes with the oval. But again, that is just my humble opinion. Now, these are all breaking the 13 karat range, and that means they're not small stones whatsoever. Any stones that are more than 10 carats, doesn't matter what they are considered large cocktail style rings. And usually with large cocktail style rings, they come with a large cocktail style price tag. And these are supposed to be no different. The smallest one up there is supposed to go for $11,000, so $10,999. And yet, because I told you the wheels are the sleeper deals, I cannot back out of that now. So we're not going to do 10,000. We're not even going to do 5,000. We're just knocking the price tag in half. We're not even going to do $49.99 for any one of those pieces. Yeah, it looks like we already have a couple people choosing their favorites. So if you are one of them, let us know which ones you like and you can claim dibs on your pieces. We usually don't allow that, but we're going to allow it for today. Someone is asking if the clasp is easy to open if I have nails. I have no idea for which item you're talking about. So if you have a specific item that you saw me try to open with my nails, let me know which one it was and I can answer if they are open. But yes, this one's not going to be $49.99 or even $39.99 or even $29.99. I mean, these items have never seen the light of day, and we're already doing a brand new deal. I'm sure that after today's wheel, if they are not gone, they're going back up to what the price they are supposed to go for individually. So $29.99 it is not going to be. Let's blow it out. I want every single one of these to go to a great home. It's the first time they're up here, but we want it to be the last time. So let's just make it $2,699 for any single one of those items. You're getting at least 13 carats. If you're getting the oval, that's going to be 16.5 carats. And all for less than $3,000. It's going to be $26.99. And you get your 12% off. That is insane. This is truly the deal of the day. So let's just give it a minute to simmer here. You know me, I like to give things, at least for wheels, I like to give them a little bit of time to sit and to settle with you guys. Yes. And we are rapidly approaching the last hour of the night. And we still have so many things to go through. So if you guys have any other last minute requests you want us to bring out, I don't think we had very many today. I'm sure there's soccer frenzy, there's probably other sports and events happening with the summertime. I know, so I've talked to so many of you guys who have let me know that you guys are going on vacation and to hold your packages, which if you guys didn't know, if you guys are out of town and for some reason cannot receive anything you order from us, you can always place a request for us to hold it for a few days. We really don't mind, and at no additional cost. So if that is a worry for you when placing an order, don't be worried. Just let us know the days you're gone and we will avoid those days. Little TVON hack. And $26.99, these are all still here. So let's just move on quickly before the end of the second hour. All right. Let's take these away for right now. And for my next item of the day, now this is something this is a truly really old item number. So this is going to be also going to be a nightmare to hold up, but I hope you guys can kind of see what they are. This is going to be item number 1111088. I wasn't kidding about that old item number. This is going to be our 14 karat 97 oval cabochon tourmaline earrings. So they almost have an indigo-like color, but not quite. They are on the more green than the blue-green side. 14 karat 97, they're still very large stones. That means each stone is about 7.5 carats with 25 points in diamonds in that sort of pointed diamond shape above. And again, another earring that's a lever back, but this one has definitely more of a dramatic drop. It's an inch before you get to the lever back. And the lever back itself is about half an inch. So total, you have 1.5 inches of a drop for these earrings, and there are 2 of them. So this one is a little bit more dramatic. We have had cabochons yesterday in terms of the rings. We had a wheel full of different cabochon stones. We had it in the turquoise, gold quartz, and I'm trying to remember what the other one was, but I can't remember. So if you can, refresh my memory. I have the memory of a goldfish. Things go in one side of my brain and out the other. That's not the saying, but it's a Friday and my brain has stopped functioning. My brain usually stops working on the middle of the day on Thursday. So here we are. And this one, again, this is an old bag. I still see it's a very faded bag. I believe when we were inputting the things we always input things we plan for the daily shows. So that's why when you make a request, we can ask, oh, is it shown today? Is it shown from a few days ago? Because all that stuff is in our system. We keep a record of everything we ever show. And to do that, we have to scan things in because there's a barcode on the bag. This bag is so faded and so old that I think I had to manually input this one in. The scanner couldn't read it. It's so old. And that means the price tag is also faded and old as well. So this is a very, very old price, and we are still doing 12% off. So I don't know what is happening with this deal today. Supposed to go out for $59.99, but for such a large earring, yeah, I think if this was a new bag and a new price tag, that's probably where I would end at, but no, we're starting there. That's how you know we mean business. $59.99, it is not going to be $49.99 or even $3,999. And I said it's about 1.5 inches from top to bottom. Let me just show you what that looks like against the hand so we can see exactly what kind of size we're talking about. As you can see, yeah, like I said, not a small earring by any stretch of the imagination. These are large, long drops, and they're just so interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the tourmaline in a cabochon yet without it having any sort of like cat's eye or star phenomena. This is a very interesting piece that has been hiding away in our vaults for quite some time, and it's not even going to be $29.99 today. I'm going to say it's brand new today. It's definitely not brand new in our inventory, but because we had to input this stuff manually into the computer, I'm going to say this is new. Yeah. Yeah. On the ring finger, yeah. Okay, no problem. So yes, $29.99. This one is not going to be. Let's just blow it out. We have a couple people waiting on things from earlier in today's show, so let's just get straight to it. This one's going to be $2,499. And I'm going to bring this back on the wheel so you can see what it looks like up close and I'm going to actually have to lay it down so I can try on that oval kunzite from the wheel. This one is like I said, this was the largest of the bunch. This was the 16 karat 69, and it is quite a large ring. Here it is on the hand. You have those pear shapes on either side in that 3-stone style. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous ring. On the hand it goes. Largest kunzite of the wheel. It is gorgeous. It almost goes knuckle to knuckle, really. You got the pear shapes on either side, and it is just stunning. As you can see, as I'm moving my hand, those flashes of light are really just beaming through the stone. And it is truly a glitzy, glamorous ring. And this is brand new today. So once it goes back into our inventory and the wheel gets separated, it's going to go back to its old price. So now would be the chance to snap it up. This one was $26.99 from the wheel. If you are unfamiliar, if you really need to see it up close, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. We can bring this one up close so you can see exactly what it looks like when it's not being compared to with its other friends. So let me just go back on the wheel and we'll bring this one up close and I'll give you the full details, including the item number for this, because with wheels, while we sacrifice the space that we have for graphics for all the other rings. So this one's going to be item number 1131434. So it is quite literally a brand new piece. It's our 16 karat 69 oval kunzite with 28 points of pear shapes on either side. And this also, like everything else on the wheel, it does have to stay in the white gold. And it is the largest from the wheel. It is stunning. It's not the largest kunzite ring we've ever had, but that would be very hard to beat this piece. We don't usually, I feel like we don't usually do them in ovals in the larger sizes. In the larger sizes, they usually end up as emerald cuts or asher cuts, things like that, where it's very octagonal, maybe even a cushion. But a true oval, almost we don't really ever do. So if you are you like that sort of classic style look more, the oval would be the way to go. And it is a very rare cutting. Like I said, it would waste too much rough when we normally do ovals. That's why we don't do it too often. So yeah, very fortunate to have this one. And I actually have on the bag, if you're curious about the millimeter size of the stone, it's 13.5 millimeters by 18 millimeters. So that's almost 2 centimeters from top to bottom. That is a big stone. All right. So I hope that helps them out. I think they said it was for Christina. So I hope that helped you out, Christina. If you have any other questions on it, feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to answer any and all questions you may have on it. All right. And with this item, we are rapidly approaching the last hour of the day. So let me just say a quick hello to everyone who has stuck with me for the last 2 hours. Thank you guys for being here with me. We still have 1 great hour left. And if you have any last minute requests, please get them in and let us know what you would like to see, even if it's not for today. If you would like to see it on the upcoming weekend, we'd be happy to bring them out for you on that day. Just let us know what you're looking for, what your price range, style of preference, anything like that. Anything helps, even if you don't have all that information. And of course, we hope Lauren will be back tomorrow, but if she isn't, please continue to wish her well and give you your well blessings. We still have so many things to go through today, so let's just keep going, shall we? We still have the kunzite on the wheel spinning away right now. Looks like we have our requester calling in, maybe to grab that item. So let's go back to the wheel here. And we still have a lot of throwback items. In fact, I can't believe it's going to take me this long to show this one, but I'm going to. Now, better late than never, I suppose. We still have our kunzite here while I prep this next item. Now, this item, it has hung out here for a while, and there's been a lot of close calls in this getting its home, but I have a good feeling about it today. This is going to be item number 1127627. This is our ruby bracelet. It's a 19 karat 05 total weight in rubies. I apologize. I wish I could count how many there are right now, but you'd be stuck here watching in silence while I try to do that. So yes, 19 karat 05 total weight with 1 karat 76 in white diamonds as well. And this is a magnificent bracelet. We have never had a bracelet quite like this in any sort of capacity. It is gorgeous. I mean, I don't think we've had a bracelet like this in any other stone either, with this much labor, the amount of effort and detail and time it takes to create something like this. This is truly a once in a lifetime thing. We would never recreate this. Even if we had to double the price, I don't think we could get our jewelers to remake this. And it is truly a son of a bracelet. It is a 7-inch bracelet, so anywhere, I want to say 6.5 to 7.5 inch wrist, you should be able to wear it. We say, actually, sorry, 7 inch. 6 to 7 inch, it should fit perfectly, and we're not doing extensions on it. Obviously, for every 1/4 inch of an extension we do, we'd probably have to raise the price by 20, 30% of the price we're gonna end at today. And it obviously also has to stay in the white gold, but this is a amazing, amazing bracelet. It is 1/2 inch wide. We have never had a bracelet that wide before. I think we've maybe had cuffs, but not a bracelet. And bracelets are so much harder to achieve because they have little hinges. That's what makes them malleable and be able to sort of wrap around your wrist, not like a bangle. A bangle is usually just a oval or round shape of just solid gold and metal. Bracelets have little hinges and little mechanisms to make sure that they move a little bit more fluidly, and that's what I love about bracelets. In fact, I tend to like bracelets more than bangles because of the way they move, and they're just easier for me to wear. And this is truly a statement piece. This is an old bag. I said that about an item before, but this is also an old bag, which means this is also old pricing, which means that just shows how desperate management is to have this leave our vaults. This one was priced at $29,999. It was priced at $29,999, and yet it's not going to be that today. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm so shocked. Thank you. Who took those? Oh my goodness. I mean, that kind of shows that it is worth putting up items that were older in our inventory. We need to do like a vault refresh every 6 months or so. Thank you so much. They are insane. And I'm sure whoever got them will love them. And yes, $29,999 is what these were supposed to go for. I say these, it's a single bracelet. With the amount of stones there is, I mistakenly thought that it was a plural item. It's just one. And it's not going to be 30,000. It's not going to be 20,000. It's not even going to be $15,000. I mean, with that much gold, it's an 18-karat white gold. That's a lot. It's a lot of metal. It's a lot of labor. Like I said, each one of those stones, each one of those columns had to have a little hinge just to make them move and work like that. And it's just so hard to achieve. And it's a lot of everything. It's a lot of rubies. It's a lot of diamonds. It's a lot of gold. It's a lot, and it's not a huge price tag, even at $14,000. And yet we're not stopping there. It's not going to be 14 or 13 or even $12,999. This is truly a amazing, amazing bracelet. And rubies, again, I mentioned this a while ago, but rubies are not one of those stones where you have to be in the industry to know what they are. Everyone knows what rubies are. I mean, rubies were on crown jewels for eons, and now they are in just everyday jewelry, but you know, not all rubies are treated the same. And these are rubies from Burma or modern day Myanmar, and there's no more new material coming out of that mine. So even if we could find the stones, which I'm telling you we can't, it's gonna be triple, quadruple the price that is showing on the screen right now. And we're not even stopping. Not gonna be $12,999 or 11 or even $10,999. Let's just blow it out. You are still getting your 12% off. For a museum level piece like this, we really should we should make this sale discount non-applicable, and yet we are not. It's gonna be $9,999. You get 12% off of that price tag. This is an amazing, amazing piece, and I can't believe we are going this low on a museum one-of-a-kind bracelet. That is truly, truly stunning. Let me go ahead and show that on the wrist. I mean, you don't even have to ask me. I am going to do it. Let me just pick it up here and open it. I'm gonna have to hold it just so it's easier for me to put back on the wheel, but look at how it looks on the wrist. Even from a distance, you can see the size that we're working with. Like I said, 1/2 inch wide. 1/2 inch wide, that is amazing. And I'm holding it closed right now. I usually wear a 7-inch. Sometimes I wear a slightly smaller smaller bracelet size. But yeah, this is truly a stunning bracelet. And I know it's not quite matching what I'm wearing, but I mean, could you just imagine this just peeking out of your, not your collar, what's it? I should know this, my brain has officially shut down, but your cuffs. It is a stunning, it almost, from a distance, it almost looks like if it were a watch band, you know, with those interlocking links. It kind of looks like it would be a watch band, but if this were a watch band, that watch would there will only be one watch in the world that would look like that, and it would only be offered to royalty. $99.99. Back on the wheel this one goes, and hopefully, you know what, I'm gonna have it stand like this just so you can truly see each one of those stones. It's not like we're hiding any of the stones, or like the ones in the back and the clasp are not as good as the ones in the front and we're only showing you the front. They are all the same. Very hard to match all these stones together. Do we have a request? Yeah, this is truly a steal. I agree. Okay. Moving on, we are officially at the last hour of the night. So like I said, if you have any last minute requests like our caller right now, please get them in. This is your last opportunity for tonight. If you have anything for the weekend, it is better if you get it in today, but you also have tomorrow to do that as well. Oh, looks like we're getting Pariba requests. Well, I don't know exactly what she's requesting, but I do have another Pariba piece for tonight. So I'm going to take that opportunity and that blessing of a segue to show it. I mean, why not? So let's take the bracelet away for right now. Oh no, that's so sad. But next up, we have another Pariba. This is actually a necklace. We had a pendant earlier. I'm going to have to put it down flat for right now just so I can refocus the camera. This is item number 1131708. This is a Pariba necklace or pendant with chain in this sort of snowflake, almost lace-like mandala. It looks kind of like is that what's called a mandala? One of those things where they're all even on multiple sides, symmetrical from multiple angles, yeah. And this one actually has not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but 5 neon Paribas. And looks like we have a request coming up next, so that is perfect. But yeah, this one is also a stunning designer pendant with chain. It is so cool. It looks very late 2010s. It looks like those wall hangings. It's very, very cool and very unique. Not dissimilar to the one that sold earlier today, but this one is definitely more intricate. You have that mill grain on each of those patterns. It is a very, very cool design. And I only brought this out because I heard the word Pariba and I thought I was playing word associations in my head. So I thought I would bring it out. This one was supposed to go for $19.99, but this is labeled as one of the deals of the day. So we're going to treat it as such. $19.99 it is not going to be. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a small pendant. It is about, I apologize, it's about 5/8, 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. I want to say 3/4, yeah. 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. So it is very detailed, and yet it's not small at all. And yeah, it looks like Maria's waiting on the line, so I'm just going to get straight to it. This one's going to be $999. You get 12% off. So yeah, this one is a steal as well. $9.99, you're getting 5 stones, 4 points total, with 12 points in diamonds all around it. So for this, it's really about the details. It is so intricate and so cool, and you get that free box type chain. I know that is a request that we've had for so very long, is the box type chains. Unfortunately, we don't carry them. They only come when we do pendants on chains and when it comes with a pendant. So, okay, looks like I'm gonna prep Maria's request for her, which means I have to let this one go for a second. So we can do that. Let's see if I can, oh, it's a little bit stuck on my tweezers. That's okay. We're gonna have to lay this flat for right now. So she requested this specifically. Jason? She wanted this one, she gave the item number for this? No? Oh, okay. Maybe she just wanted a part of a pendant. That is a-okay. Let me just get it on the tweezers for ya, because this is also a very cool piece. We're gonna take this pendant with chain away. This one has a little bit bigger stones, but it is quite cool. It looks almost like there's diamonds, and then there's petals falling from a cherry blossom tree. This is item number 1131733. As you can tell from how I'm moving it and how I'm holding it, the bottom part actually isn't stationary. It also moves as well. So it has, the Paraiba is almost like a little charm and on an attachment to this designer pendant. This is a 12-point Paraiba, so on the oval there. So the Paraiba itself is larger than the ones on the previous item. And then you have 61 points in the diamonds around the petals. This is brand new. I'm surprised we haven't shown it, because I took the photo for this, and I gotta say, this was one of my favorite items of that batch. Right now, where I'm holding the tweezers, that's where you would normally loop your chain and have it sit as a Y style, but actually, there is one more loop. It's right where that charm connects to the Paraiba. It's actually, there's a loop there, so you could wear it east-west style as well if you would like. It is also a very versatile piece. This one does have to stay in the 18 karat white gold, but it is just so cool with the mirror finish gold. Yeah? Sure. I mean, I can do that. I am wearing a necklace, but hopefully I can hide it underneath. And again, I'm gonna have to tippy toe. I am not tall enough for it to show on my neck, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I am not tall enough for this, but let's, I hope I can hold it up against my neck, but I am not as tall as Lauren, so I can't actually, you know what, I'm gonna do it against the hand. I'm sorry. I'm not wearing tall enough shoes for this, but here it is against the hand. It's about an inch from top to bottom. Let me grab the ruler so we can do exact measurements for this, because she did ask so nicely. I'm sorry I couldn't deliver, but so yeah, it's about an inch from top to bottom. So it's not a super huge, but it's not teeny tiny either. And back on the wheel it goes. Yeah, if that helps him out, again, I'm sorry. Because they've been waiting so patiently on the line, let's just give them the price. I don't want to keep them waiting for too long. This one's going to be $14.99. Looks like this one might be a little bit smaller than they were looking for, which is fine. I mean, that Paraiba though is so vibrant, and this one, I think, again, this was one of those pieces where we acquired right before the price restructure of the Paraiba. So after tonight, I cannot guarantee it will stay at this price. It most likely will go up. $14.99, and then you get your 12% off. This would be the moment to get it. All right, I'm gonna have to set this down and get my next item of the night. One moment. Let's just set this down for a quick moment. Yeah, and then it looks like that's not quite what they were looking for. That's okay. It's a very designer piece, so I totally understand. The thing with designer pieces is it's not as mass appealing as our classic, more wearable pieces, which is okay. All right, taking the pendant away. Next up, we have something, I actually meant to show this yesterday, but we had so many good items yesterday that I decided to save it for today. This is item number 1131581. We had our ruby bracelet earlier, but why not have a ring to match? This is our 1 karat 57 Burma ruby ring. with a double halo and diamonds on the band totaling 1 carat 74. So not only are you getting quite a large Burma ruby stone, you're getting quite a lot of diamonds as well. 1 carat 74, that's 1 3/4 carat almost. That is quite a lot of diamonds. And as I said earlier with the bracelet, Burma rubies, that's not a material that we can keep stocking. It's not something that we can find anymore because there's no fresh material coming out of the mine. So what you see is what we have in our archives. And this one, I think our management finally decided it was time to put it in a ring. So yeah. The yellow diamond earrings? Or I had marquee yellow diamond earrings, not white. Yeah, I can flash them. I'll flash them on the hand so we don't have to take them away from this item. Let me see where I placed them. Yeah. Is this also for the requester from earlier? Yes. Okay. Here is the marquee earrings on the hand. One more time. One quick moment. Like I said, I also had another pair of yellow diamond earrings in the lever backs, but they were ovals and they were slightly larger. So if you are interested, I can show those in a bit as well. But these were the marquee yellow diamond earrings that we had earlier that were item number 1129217 for $9.99. And you are still getting your 12% off and yellow gold only. So I think this was our requester from earlier. Maybe they stepped outside when we were doing the presentation on these. Yeah, they are quite stunning, to be frank. I mean, while the stones are not large, or they're not small, but they're not huge, they still have some presence to them while being very minimal and easy to wear. And there it is on the hand one more time for our requester from earlier. So let's go back on the wheel for ruby time because we had rubies earlier and we're gonna do rubies again. 1 carat 57. And like I said, rubies are not something that we can have forever. Once they're gone, we cannot get any more because of the sanctions coming out of that mine. Yeah, it's not going to happen. And just the quality of this one, rubies are one of those stones that inherently have inclusions. They are never super clean. It's similar to emeralds. There's no such thing as there's no such thing as a completely flawless ruby. If there is, it will be an astronomical price for even the tiniest of stones. And yet this one you can still see almost through to completely to the back of the stone. This is a very, very clean ruby, I would say. And for this one, it is brand new today. And yet I have a feeling it will go very quickly. So I don't want to bore you for too long. We're gonna do a special deal on this one. It's supposed to go out for $89.99. We are not gonna do that. Not going to be $89 or $79 or even $69.99 for this one. Let's just blow it out. We did a crazy thing for our bracelet, so we're gonna do crazy deals on the ring as well. I mean, these stones are this stone is so large. You're getting over 1.5 carats. Anything over the 75 point range, the price is also going up like crazy, only because, like I said, no new material. So you're getting over 1.5 is near unheard of. Not going to be $69.99 or even $59.99. Let's just make it $4,999. This one, I'm going to say you actually can change the gold color. So right now it's in the yellow. For us, we like to set our rubies in the yellow gold because we believe it's the classic way. I mean, if you look at old photos of crown jewels from England, from Monaco, they're usually set in the yellow gold and they usually have some amount of rubies in them. So we like to say that rubies and yellow gold give a very royal, regal look. But you can get it in the white gold if you would like. And we've seen them in the white gold and they are gorgeous as well. So it's really up to you. And yeah, brand new item today. I mean, anatomy of item numbers, it's 1585. That is a new ruby. Yes. So $49.99 for this one. I know rubies are something that are always high in demand. We are always getting requests for them. So having them, being able to have not one but two pieces today, and with one of those pieces having a million stones in them, is very exciting for us. All right. Sticking with the classic sort of category of stones, we're going to do another little throwback. So moving on from the ruby for now, but we have emerald earrings, and these are Colombian emerald earrings. See what I mean by classic? Emeralds are another one of those stones where if you ask anybody, they're going to know what an emerald is. They know that they're green stones, green gemstones. This is going to be item number 1119661. These are 1 carat 60 total weight in the pear-shaped Colombian emeralds with 77 points in diamonds on either side. So 1 carat 60, each of those, sorry, each of those earrings have 6 stones. So each one of those stones are a little bit, my math is not mathing, it's a little bit over 10 points for each of those stones. Now, we could have just taken each one of those 12 stones and taken them out and made them into individual rings and just sell 12 rings, but no, we decided to turn them into earrings, and what a spectacular pair of floral earrings they are. Now, we've had emerald earrings before. They're usually very classic, usually an emerald cut stone with a halo and just have a stud. We don't usually do anything too crazy or designer with stones such as these, only because they're so hard to find. They are hard to match. And when we do them, when we have the material, we like to play it a little bit safe. But we decided to take a big swing with these about 8 years ago, and they're still here. So I think we learned our lesson with that. And because they have been here for so long, we brought it down to a great new markdown for our largest sale ever. So first time they were up here, I believe they were going for $99.99. But this has been here for long enough. I think management are sick of having to cruise by this item every single day and seeing them still be here. So they decided to say, let's just bring them down to the craziest low we have ever done. So we can scratch the $99.99 price. It's not going to be that. It's not even going to be half of that. It's not even going to be $59.99. So already, we're already taking 50% off. And that's not where we are stopping. $59.99, it is not going to be, not even going to be $4,999. This has been here for, I want to say, close to 8 years at this point. And it's still going strong. So we are gonna make sure this leaves our facilities ASAP at $3,999. $39.99 is what we are going to do for these earrings that have been here for oh so long, and they really need to go tonight or during our sale event at the very least, because that is a crazy deal for a pair of earrings that have 12 individual Colombian emeralds from the Muzo mine. That is insanity. And these, if you're curious, these are not teeny tiny stones either. They have quite a bit of size to them. Let me show them against the hand. They're about ½ an inch in diameter. So I'd say a little over ½ an inch if you ask me. And they are not small, teeny tiny studs. You can definitely see that they're floral from quite a ways away. Oh my goodness, I'm starting to hear a little rasp in my voice. It's giving, it almost sounds like I'm preparing to be a sultry country singer, but I am not. That is just vocal fry coming through. $39.99, and back on the wheel it goes. Sorry about that. Anyone who's watching on headphones, I don't think many of you guys are, because from what I remember, most of our viewers like to watch on the television. But just in case anyone happens to be in a library watching on headphones, I apologize for the harsh clearing of the throat. Okay, we're almost at, we only have about 37 minutes left of today. So we've actually got through quite a bit of jewelry. So this is going to be almost rapid fire for our last 30-ish minutes, 30 or so minutes. So let's just keep going, shall we? I mean, we can't stop here. And yeah, we had one heart-shaped ring earlier today, and that was our cornflower, but the heart shapes that get the most amount of requests are actually heart-shaped tanzanites. And every time we've had one in the last 3 months, they always go super quickly, and we always get 5 more requests for heart-shaped tanzanites. So we thought it'd be a good chance to bring out another during our sale event. And this is going to be one of the larger heart-shaped tanzanites. So let's move aside the earrings for right now and bring up one of our most requested ever styles. Is a heart-shaped tanzanite, and it's almost reminiscent of a signature mounting, but not quite. This is item number 1131210. This is also newer. I'm sure we made this because of the countless requests we keep getting for heart-shaped tanzanites. This is a 12 karat 11 center stone, so it is on the larger side. But if you are into those large statement cocktail rings and the heart, this would be the way to go. And then you got 89 points of diamonds on either side. Like I said, it's almost like a signature mounting because of the way it's domed on the band. And then you got diamonds on either side. This is I think it's a trend for a very good reason. I mean, heart shapes, when they're this large, they tend to make a very big statements. I know not everyone's a big fan of hearts here, but I think this is very worthy of the trend. You know how some people say things are overrated or underrated? The heart-shaped tanzanites are appropriately rated. And it's not hard to see why. I mean, just look at that depth of color, the way the light flashes through, and you still get those pieces of red, which we love with our bluing tanzanites that you can only find here at TVON. And this one for a 12 karat 11. Now, if we're going by industry standard pricing, for 12 karat 11, we would probably, industry standard, we're charging $800 to $900 per carat. So if we were going on the conservative side and saying $800, that's what, $9,600 for the ring, and that's just for the stone. So we're not even gonna do that price today. That's just for the stone itself. So if we're doing that calculation, if we're saying $800 per carat for 12 carats of tanzanite, yeah, sorry about that, $9,600 for just the stone alone. So we're not even counting the amount of gold it takes, because a bigger stone equals more gold. You have diamonds, we're not counting any of that. It would be $9,600, and yet we're not going to do that. Yeah. Yeah, the one in the platinum? Yeah, sure. That is a great piece. I will go ahead and try that on for you. But yes, this one, if we're doing the mental math in terms of industry standards, and that's wholesale industry, $9,600 is what it would be, and yet we're not going to do that today. Not going to be $96. It's not even going to be $89.99. I'm locating that piece right now. Just give me one quick second. I found it. $89.99. It's not going to be. And you want to see it on the hand, right? Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So a little quick break. We can do the pearl on the hand. It is a little bit snug on me, but it is still very large. Even if it sat properly on my hand, it would almost reach my knuckle. It is a huge ring. You have so many diamonds on this. As a reminder, this is item number 1127463. Yeah, 14 millimeter natural South Sea white pearl, which we almost never have, and 1 karat 61 in diamonds. It is a huge, massive ring. Did you need to see the actual piece? Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. I will pass that on right now. So there it is on the hand. Let's go back on that wheel for that tanzanite. And yeah, it's not going to be $89.99 for our heart-shaped tanzanite 12 karat. I think this is not the largest we've had. I think it's the second or third largest heart-shaped and not going to be $89.99 or $79.99. I mean, at this point, you're getting, it's going to be the price of part of that stone. It's not even going to be the whole stone, and yet we're not even going to stop there. Let's just make it $6,999, and you still get your 12% off. On top of all of that, we are doing crazy things with this piece. $69.99. And I hope whoever's requesting that pearl, it looks like they had to take it to the back because she had a very specific question that I cannot answer while I'm up here. That is a-okay. All right, $69.99 for our large heart shape. And I think that is going to be my last statement piece of the night. I mean, I still got a couple more up my sleeve. If I have time at the end, maybe I'll just bring them all out for you. But for now, I think that will be it. And yes, next up, now I haven't brought any certified pieces up in the last 2 days, I don't think, so I'm going to change that right now. What's up? Awesome, thank you so much. So let's move on from the tanzanite for right now. And next up we have, look at that, a alexandrite. This is item number 1131017, and it is an alexandrite, but that's not all. It is a GIA certified alexandrite. This is a 1 carat 68 oval alexandrite with 1 carat 01 in diamonds in that signature mounting. And this one, it's so special, it came with its own GIA cert. Now, normally when you purchase any of our jewelry, it doesn't come with certification. You can ask for one to be made by a third-party lab. It's not the GIA, but it is a reputable lab that does all of our certifications. You can ask for that at checkout, but for extra special stones, they usually come with them. So this would be one of those pieces. And with a GIA cert, usually that means the price will skyrocket. Once we get it done, it means that the value usually doubles. And that should be the case with this, but because it's been here for not very long, I was going to say a long time, but I realized I misread. I thought 3 was a 2. Because it's been here for not very long, we want to make sure it doesn't stay here for that much longer. So this one, GIA certified alexandrite, was supposed to go out for $79.99, 1 carat 68. And yet we are not going to do that today. So with a GIA cert, you get details on the actual stone itself. I believe you can see what type, you get all the details, you get dimensions, you can see images of the type of color change. Let me just show you what that looks like on the actual certificate. As you can see what it looks like under ultraviolet light and fluorescent lighting. You can see all of that details. You get dimensions, you get all of that detail up on top. I just can't show it because it won't be in frame. But yes, you can also see basically just the classification. So it's a very cool, nifty thing to have. So let's go back on the wheel. And this one is not even going to be $79.99 today, or even $69.99 for our GIA certified alexandrite. This one is going to be $5,999, and you might be thinking, wow, if it has a cert, there's no way we're doing that 12% off. Are we? Well, we are. It will still be 12% off at checkout, and you still can get the gold color change. You still can get any size you need. We are still doing all of that for you. So just because it is a very rare ultra special stone doesn't mean we're not giving it the same service and attention that we would for any other of our pieces. All right. Moving along. This one, I just realized, is in the wrong place. So it looks like we'll have to find where that one goes. That is okay. I'm sure it just got mixed up with something super, super similar. And moving on, I did mention that we had some yellow diamond earrings that I didn't show yet because we had a requester that wanted yellow diamonds and leverbacks, but maybe want something smaller. Just in case, that any one of you wanted something a little bit larger, we have that for you as well. So let me just move this aside for right now. And we can bring out the yellow diamond, other yellow diamond earrings in lever backs. Now this one is going to be, I'm gonna have to hold it like this once again. This is gonna be item number 1129185. This is going to be our 1 carat oval yellow diamond earrings with 18 points in diamonds around it. So a little bit similar to our marquise, except in this case you have a single halo of diamonds and you don't have that extra bar of gold giving it that extra length. So it is a little bit shorter, but the stones are bigger. So this one is 1 inch from top to bottom, whereas the other ones I believe were about 1.5, maybe 1 3/4. So this one is a little bit shorter, but they do have more size in terms of the diamond itself. My tweezers are covering it, and it is actually standing on its own, so that's wonderful. I'll also show it against the hand in a moment. But yes, 1 carat total weight, so you're getting ½ carat each on for each stone. Let me just show it against the hand so we can see what size we're talking about. As you can see, it's not as long, but you do get a bigger stone, so you do have a little bit more presence. And with that single halo, you just get that extra bling. If you want something a little bit more dramatic and you're not the minimal, because trust me, I am a maximalist. I am definitely the opposite of a minimalist. So this is right up my alley. And this one, we wanted it to go for $29.99, but because we did such a great deal on those marquees, we want to be able to bring a similar, if not equal deal for these earrings. So $29.99 they will not be. And these, yes, you are right, they do have to stay in the yellow gold. So let's go back on the wheel for these earrings. Yeah, it's supposed to be $29.99, not going to be today. This is going to be a steal for honestly any one of you. I think we can do a couple of them. So yay us. $29.99 it's not even going to be $19.99 or $18.88 or even $1,777. Brand new markdown for today, and it is on the slightly older side, so maybe that's also the reason for the ultra low price. Let's just make it $1,699, $16.99 for the oval yellow diamond earrings. $16.99, and yes, yellow gold only. The drops, lever backs, like I said, it's very easy to wear, very comfortable because you have that place to hold on to on the backing. Even if you have nails that are long, you can still hook them in. They are slightly curved, so if perhaps you like that sort of feeling, you can definitely do that. Request? Wonderful. This is from yesterday. This was my first item of the day yesterday. All right, $16.99 for the oval yellow diamond earrings with the lever back. Looks like this one might be verifying as well, so we will let it go. And doing a little throwback from yesterday's show, we have, this is item number 1131654 as a little refresher. This is our Pariba ring set in the platinum. It's a 6-pointer stone with 48 points in diamonds around and on the band. And this one was $999, and that is the price it will stay. It is such an adorable and cute little ring. This is what I like to call a starter Pariba because it's not so large where you don't want to spend astronomical amounts of money for a Pariba, and yet it is the great start to what I will assume is going to be a future Pariba obsession, because that's how all obsessions start, right? They start small. So this is a little request from yesterday's show, and I'm surprised it's still here. It was usually first items go very, very quickly. And yeah, $999 plus you get 12% off. That is a no-brainer steal. And yes, oh my goodness. I'm just now realizing exactly how many earrings I've had today, and it is an eye-watering amount. It is actually, this should be titled the earring show. And I'm not even done. I still have more earrings that I can show today. Looks like we're having a little bit of fun on the phones today. Okay, and as I say, we've had so many earrings today, that just means I'm going to show more earrings. I mean, why not? It is my show today. So let's move on from this little recap from yesterday's show and bring up a pair of earrings. We've had so many different types of earrings today, and yet we've not had these. These are, look at that. These are going to be ruby earrings. Oh my goodness. You thought I had a ruby bracelet, you thought I had a ruby ring. I couldn't top either of those, and yet I brought ruby earrings. This is item number 113164. These are also brand new, so very excited to have them. We found 2 matching stones just for these earrings. They're 2 carat 57. So again, not small stones at all. You're getting about 1 1/4 carat, a little over 1 1/4 carat for each of the stones. You have 44 points in the baguettes all around and 33 points in rounds as well. So you're getting 77 points total weight in diamonds on both earrings. I just realized they're standing on their own, so there's no reason I can't put both of them on the air at the same time, just so you can see what both of them look like. Yeah, they will stand on its own. But yes, we've already had a bracelet, we've already had a ring, and now we have earrings. We have matched the trifecta. The only thing that's missing, we would need a pendant, but I don't think I have a pendant today. But if you want one, we can definitely have a last minute request, have someone bring it out. But yes, this is going to be our Burma ruby earrings, 2 carat 57. And this one, we're going to do extraordinary deals similarly to the other rubies we've had. I mean, we can't just have this one be a crazy high price, even though the other 2 went super, super low. So we're going to do the same thing. Supposed to be asking for $59.99. We're going to bring this down to a crazy low for our ruby lovers today. And this one, unlike the ring, it does have to stay in the yellow gold. Like I said, we love our rubies in the yellow gold, and with this mounting, I feel like it's very appropriate because of the difference in the diamonds. The gold does shine a lot more, and you do have that lashback too, so you can actually see the gold color when you're moving your head and people are looking at your earrings from different angles. You can actually still see it, so the gold color does kind of matter here. And $59.99, it is not. It's not going to be $59 or even $49.99. It is on the newer side. Again, I cannot recall if this is new today. I think I said it was new today, but that might have been a lie. I feel like I've seen these before. I mean, I've seen everything before at least once, but I feel like I've seen them spinning on this wheel before. So I'm going to say this is its second time, potential second time. And they're not going to be $49.99. Let's just make it $3,999. And again, 12% off, great deal there. Yeah, it is a stunner of a piece. And we have been loving our diamond pieces today. So, I mean, we only got about 20 minutes left in today's show. So I feel like I'm just picking up the pace. We're showing anything and everything that I want to see, and we have been doing so many diamonds, so why not continue that? $39.99 for the ruby earrings, and let's keep it moving. I only have a couple minutes left here, so sorry about that. Might as well do the last little push for all the items we have left in today's daily show. So let's take these away for right now. They are still here, but I'm sure they won't be for very long. And next up, another diamond piece. We have another diamond pendant with chain, necklace, whatever you want to call it. It's technically a pendant with chain that I don't know how I'm going to get it to stand on its own. Oh my goodness, it is twisting and turning. One quick second. Sorry, guys. There we go. Look at that floral with the baguettes. Isn't that stunning? This is item number 1130843. It is newer. It's not brand new, but it is newer. This is our, like I said, pendant with chain, 2 carat 58 total weight in baguettes and rounds. So this is going to officially be the necklace or pendant with the most diamond weight. It has 2.5 carats in diamonds, set in the 18 carat white gold. You have it's 1¼ inch from top to bottom from the bail that's folded over right now that you can't even really see. And it is an adjustable chain, so you can adjust the length of the chain and decide how you want to wear it. Yeah.
For the carat 68 Brazilian Alexandrite,
Mm-hmm.
they're asking if you can read what color change it is on the GIA.
Sure. I can read what it says. Yes. Anyways, 2 carat 58 baguette and route white diamond necklace, adjustable 18-inch. So if you want to wear it shorter and have it more like a collar, almost like that one designer does during their runway ready to wear shows, you can. The color change on that Alexandrite was, according to the GIA, color is from yellow green changing to brown pink. If that helps. That is what it says on the cert by the GIA. And Lord knows that they know more about color change than I do. And yes, you can adjust the chain, wear it shorter if you have more like a collar designer style. More traditional style, you can just wear it longer. And 2 carat 58 is supposed to be for $59.99, but it is going to be one of my very last item of the day, so can't leave you hanging with a astronomical price tag. So $59.99 it is not going to be.
Can you also show it?
Yeah. So not going to be $59.99 or even $49.99. Let's just make it $3,999. Oh, did you mean, can I show the color change or just the ring? I can show you the ring again, no problem, but I can't show the color change on the air because it requires special lighting, but yeah, I can bring it back. $39.99 for this one, and you get your 12% off. I'm gonna have to lay this down for a second while I prep the Alexandrite one more time. Let me just set it down for right now. I'm gonna try it on first and then we'll bring it on the wheel. All right, so here it is on the hand. This is that color change Alexandrite in the signature mounting. I'm just adjusting it so it's centered on the hand. As you can see right now, it's that yellow-green color. Under UV lighting, it will change to, did I say brown pink? Yeah, brown pink. And I can also flash the cert again if you would like to show what the color change says, or the image of the color change, because they do record that as well. And you are correct, this one was $59.99 with your 12% off. And let me just show you what, and I'm gonna show the cert next to the ring one more time just so you can see. So that's the image of the color change. That's what the diagram on the cert says. So as you can see right now, because it's under normal lighting, it's that sort of yellow-green color, and then it would turn into that brown pink under the ultra UV lighting. Oh my God, my words are getting jumbled in my brain. And then let me bring it back on the wheel for them. So let's go back to the wheel. Right now it's still showing that gorgeous diamond necklace, but let me just take this off and then we can show the pendant one more time. Ooh, or not pendant, the ring. What am I saying? Like I said, my brain absolutely fried. Here is what the ring looks like up close. Did that help them out? Did that help them? All right. Next up, we only got about 13 minutes left in our show, so that probably means I have time to show one more item before we have to do our recaps, which is a-okay with me. And so because it looks like we were into our GIA, I do actually have one more item that is certified for today, so let's end with a bang, end with another museum level piece. So we're gonna bring the Alexandrite ring away for now, and then last but certainly not least, we have a GIA certified pink diaspora earrings. Look at those. This is going to be item number 1129744. So these are the, sorry, one second, I lost my train of thought. I was just looking at the earrings. These are our 2 carat 31 emerald cut pink diaspora earrings. It's set in the 18 karat gold with the 60 points in baguette diamonds all around in that single halo. And these are, yes, I said that correctly. It is our pink diaspore stones. And we've had a couple of pink diaspore rings in the past, but we have never had them in earrings because, like I said, very, very rare type of material. We can never find two that perfectly match enough to take into earrings, and except for now. And because we managed to find two, we decided to turn them, we decided to give them the GIA cert. This is, like I said, 2 carat 31. So each stone is about 1 carat 15, a little over 1 carat 15 for each, and then 30 points in diamonds, or sorry, 60 points in diamonds total, so 30 points on each ear. And yes, the pink diaspores, same material as the yellow ones we're normally used to, except these are from Afghanistan, those are from Turkey. So a little bit different origin, but chemically they are the same material. And like I said, this one does come with a GIA cert as well. So normally with certified items, that tends to drive the price up, but not in this case. If you guys have been watching for the last, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, you guys might have remembered seeing this stone make its debut and how astronomical the price was in the beginning. And yet, because this is probably one of the last pieces we have in our inventory, this one is going to, we want this to go find its forever home, just like all of the other pink diaspores that we've ever had. So it's supposed to go out for $69.99. I mean, for 2 stones in the earrings, $69.99 seems to be quite fair, since they are also GIA certified and with the 18 karat gold. And yet we are not going to do that today. Not going to be $69.99 or $59.99 or $49.99 or even $3,999. These are quite a stunning pair of earrings. I mean, emerald cuts in the studs, they almost look like a tiny little mini drop instead of just a classic stud. The posts are sitting right in the center, however, so it won't drop too far if that's something that peeves you. If you want to wear them east-west style, maybe be a little bit different, you can do that as well because the posts are in the center. Let me just hold one up to the hand so you can see what kind of size measurement we're talking about. It's a little bit less than ½ an inch from top to bottom. I would say it's probably more like 3/8 of an inch rather than a full ½ an inch, and a 1/4 inch from left to right. So if that gives you an idea of how much space you would need on your earlobe to be able to wear them, I hope that would help. But yeah, as you can see, those baguette diamonds also creating such a cool effect for the flashes of light through the mounting. And $39.99 they are not. Brand new markdown today for GIA certified piece. Let's just make it $2,999 and you get your 12% off. These are magnificent. $29.99 for our GIA certified pink diaspore pair of earrings. Back on the wheel they go. And we rarely have GIA certified anything, but especially not in earrings, because normally for earrings there are 2 stones, so you would think that would mean 2 certs. This one, I think they were certified as a pair, so they only have 1 cert, but yes, we usually don't do GIA certified earrings, so this is a very special case for us here. I'm gonna have to move them over here so they're not being covered by the graphic. I apologize for that. That is completely my bad. But yes, $29.99 for these. And with that, we are rapidly approaching the end of the show today. So I'm gonna put some items up here that I have already shown that I believe are still here, and maybe some things that I haven't had a chance to show today. So here's that GIA Alexandrite that we just showed. I mean, have both GIA pieces up there all at once. We have the kunzite, one of the kunzites from the wheel. This is going to be that emerald cut. This is the 2nd largest of the bunch. We have the heart-shaped tanzanite that I'm surprised is still here, because every time we have heart-shaped tanzanites, they always go ridiculously quickly. So that is still here. I'm going to probably have to do some adjusting in terms of my position. That is A-okay. We have got a diamond ring that I didn't get a chance to show, but I just love the design of this. Sometimes it's not about the diamond weight, but the actual design. I think this is such a cool ring. I didn't get a chance to show it today, but maybe if enough of you guys ask and ask nicely, I'll show them the next time I'm up here, which hopefully will be a long time from now, but there is also a chance that it will be tomorrow. So let's just bring them all on. We're having a big, massive jewelry party up here. We have the ruby bracelet. Let's see if I can get it to hug the wheel. I mean, it seems like the perfect piece to just frame everything. I mean, can I even do that? Yeah, we can do it like this. Just have it here like that. That bracelet is still here. I feel like if anything has to go today, it is the ruby bracelet as well as the ruby ring, which I think is still here, but I am having trouble locating at the moment. A-okay. I will find it at the end. But yes, again, if you have any last minute requests that you would like to see for the weekend, please get them in now as well. This way we have enough time to bring everything out for you and, you know, show everything that we want you to see. That doesn't make sense. I'm like trying to do multiple things at once. I am not the best multitasker, unlike everyone else from my generation. I feel like my generation is known for multitasking, and yet I am abysmal at it. So we're gonna have to reverse those two. Yeah, I need to work on my wheel structure. So it is not the best, but that is okay. Oh my goodness, that Tanzanite with the quartz is also still here with that cool cigar band. Yeah, very, very interesting piece that one is. And because we only have a couple minutes left in the show, let's just leave it at that. I feel like that's a pretty good recap for today. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who stuck with me for the last 3 hours. Hopefully Lauren will be back tomorrow, but if not, I will have a great weekend with you guys as well. And like I said, if you have any requests for the upcoming weekend, please let us know. And as usual, I hope everyone stays safe and stay happy for the rest of the week. We will be here for a couple minutes after the show, so if you want to speak to me, if you want to speak to any of our operators, you may do so as well. Let's get back to our wheel for our recap. I said I wasn't going to put any other items up here, but I think that's going to be a lie. I think I will put more items on there. It's looking a little empty to me, and my maximalist self is not happy. We have so many items that I actually didn't get to. I was so proud of myself in the beginning of the show, thinking that I got through all of them, and yet I did not. I did not get through as nearly as much as I thought I did, but that is okay. It is A+. Okay, everything looks better. I feel satisfied now. And yes, also say hello to some of our returning operators that we haven't seen in quite some time. And yes, let's also, while you guys are wishing Lauren well on her quick and speedy recovery, yeah, send her some nice blessings. I'm trying to think of the right translation for the word, but yeah, send her your blessings and your well wishes and manifest her health back. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to get those in. We are always happy to answer anything you might have. However, customer service will not be back until Monday. So if you have any questions about, you know, order statuses, shipping status, you might have to wait a couple days, but you can also always send us an email. Emails, we try to reply. Sometimes for the questions we can't answer, we will reply over the weekend. So you can correspond with us that way. If you guys do not know, it's for those of you who we never announce it, it's care@tvon.com. You can always email us there, and we'll be happy to respond when we can. And of course, if you missed anything from today or in the past shows, or if there's just something that you're not quite sure what you want to see on the air, you're just doing a quick browse, check out our website, tvon.com. It's a great place to shop. It's very convenient. I think I've heard people trying to shop from the bathroom, which I mean, I think doing that from online versus over the phone is a little bit less odd. What was your question? Yeah, Anyways, yeah, we're in the last 2 minutes of the show. I see someone trying to wave me down. I got a little frightened over there. Thought I went a little bit over time, but yes. And of course, if you guys happen to not catch us on your normal channels on TV, all of our shows are recorded, so you can check us out on our online streaming platforms. You have YouTube, you have Facebook, you have our website at TVON.com as well. And all of our shows are recorded, so maybe you remember the day you saw something, but you don't remember an item number, you don't remember what it looks like, or anything like that. You can always rewind and find the exact time and piece you're looking for, and you can call us right back and ask us to bring it out again or check for availability. Technology today is very convenient, so it's all at your disposal. And with that, just a big thank you again to everyone who shopped. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to anyone who just called to let us know that you couldn't make it today. We appreciate it very, very much. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again very, very soon. Actually, that's a lie. I hope that Lauren will stay healthy, and I will talk to you on the phone in the near future. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any more questions, feel free to shoot us an email, shoot us a DM, or not DM, but you can comment on Facebook or YouTube, and we see all those comments. We just don't normally get to reply during the show, but if you really have a very urgent question, best way to call that number at the bottom of the banner. With that, thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your night, have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. So good night, good day from whatever time zone you're watching. Goodbye.